Hombre! One of my friends went there, riding bikes the whole way.
I don't know that I want to ride a bike to Scotland.
Across the Atlantic.
Not to Scotland. Like while he was in Scotland. I'm like, holy cow, really? Some epic rides. So I was like, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, that sounds like it would be really beautiful.
Yeah, we are.
Do we have a recap? Are we supposed to do a...
Yes.
Who took the notes?
Shelley did.
Shelley also has to be unmuted.
Oh, yeah.
Was that strong pad?
No.
Oh.
Okay, let me bring up my notes.
Oh, no!
Okay, let's see. So the smell of coffee and toasting egos drew Shone into the kitchen, but as she crossed the threshold, something struck her in the head. Ended up being Hyperion's boot, but when she went to yell at him for throwing his shoe at her, she couldn't find him. She calls in the others, and then they get a phone call from Black Mass asking for Hyperion. They tell them that he's not available. He says that it's urgent and needs to talk to us. So we agreed to meet him at Jimmy's. So the entire group of us heads over to Jimmy's. We see Black Mass, who is a really big dude. 6'6", bald, gray skin, green eyes, 240 pounds, African American, and built like a brick house. Ouch.
Is he really, though? If he's gray?
Can bricks be gray?
Yes. They can be any color you paint them.
Cement bricks.
The team discussed with Black Mass about Hyperion disappearing at 5 a.m. Black Mass begins to tell them about interdimension spikes and that he'd been investigating, and there was a spike around that time. They gave him the boot. Black Mass concentrated on it, and he said there was clearly something off about the boot. It felt like a Xerox, a copy. Red Arsenal suggested that we bring Black Mass back to the vein, so we did. Once there, let's see. Yeah, they start investigating Hyperion's lab, which actually really is in the conference room. Pulsar starts to ask Helios about bringing up security footage. They watch it, and there's really no explanation as to what was going on. And then, then Shone teleports LB to Quantum Unlimited, where she can get a equipment that can measure quantum. So she gets that, and they poof back to the vein. Then Helios interrupts them with news from Cinia. He's 65% sure that the information is a clue. He found a report that was actually uncovered by the U.S. that Cinia had been recently looking for the Amazon jungle. Cinia was convinced that there was a Dexamite facility. Helios tells Pulsar that he found their ID link to the report. The group decides to head, and I said head to Cinia instead of the Amazon jungle. I need to change that. The group decides to head to the Amazon jungle in the ship. Since they were at a blockade on Hyperion, Helios informs the group that there's a group of archaeologists. They think that they may have found what they think is a lost ancient alien technology. They get there. They send what's his name?
Black Mass.
No.
Heat Phantom.
Oh, Heat
Yes.
Phantom.
Yeah. They send Phantom. There it is. They send Heat Phantom to scout it out since he has that training. He reports back that there are people there that at the first camp there are two guys guarding some helicopters, and at the second camp he definitely sees movement, people coming in and out of what looked like perhaps maybe a cave. So the rest of them head towards Phantom's position just in time to see them come out with this item. And Pulsar is able to tell that it is biohazardous, so he actually approaches them, telling them not to open it, to stop trying to open it, trying to convince them that it is dangerous. And I think that's about the time the rest of us popped up. The archaeologists did agree to let Pulsar come into the cave with them, but only that. And Black Mass offers to translate for them. So
I think Black Mass was the only visible one, right? Or no?
was
Was
it
I
Black
visible
Mass
too?
was a visible one? I thought it was Pulsar.
He said visible.
Visible.
I thought it was both.
Yeah.
We are both visible, yeah. So they're
Yeah,
aware
he
of
and Pulsar
both
decloak and try to
Black Mass.
convince them.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Los dos.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah. Yeah. Because I have Pulsar and Black Mass drop down to try and convince him not to open it. Black Mass offers to translate for them, and they end up agreeing, but says the rest of the team stays out of the tunnel. The end. That's where we ended.
Dun dun dun.
Dun, dun, dun. Oh, I forgot to do. I forgot to have Davey do his voice. Sorry, Davey.
Last time
Yeah, I forgot.
on Modern Age Heroes, what did we do?
Stuff.
Lots of stuff.
Got hit in the head with a boot.
I did. That was so rude.
Someone flushed over at George's place.
Oh no, that's the sound of
I know.
the life-saving air conditioner
Yes.
popping on.
No, I know. I just like saying it because it sounds reminiscent of a very loud urinal.
Oh well,
At least from
except
here. I'm sure it doesn't sound like that from where you're at.
Oh, like I hope not. But instead of this being filled with pee, it fills my room with cool air.
Yes.
You should just call it your life support.
Yeah, it's my long Darth Vader inhale.
George has the air conditioner. Mike has the single ping only. All right. So we know what's currently going on. So meanwhile, while the crew is attempting to, or the group is attempting to navigate the entranceway to what they believe to be a facility, somewhere else, a very disturbed individual scowls and looks at his newfound partner in crime, although I'll bet begrudgingly. And he says, "Well, you're in luck, Bunky, because I happen to have one."
Really? Do tell.
Well, I'm not going to give you all the details on it. It's proprietary technology. Knowing you, you're going to crossbreed it with some sort of weird plantation.
Even if I did, it would only be to enhance its effectiveness. I hope you'd understand that's where I'm coming from here.
No, not exactly. And then he steps aside and you see something fall. Son of a bitch!
I take it it's, is it another boot?
Yes.
Okay.
Sorry.
Fascinating. Do
I don't know what's
those
happening.
appear at regular intervals in the same place, or does it seem more chaotic?
No, it's far more chaotic, but I managed to install a warning device. I'm not going to get booted in the head forever now, aren't I?
Wow.
And so he takes it and he throws it at you.
Yeah, he just lets it hit him. Bounce off. Well, again, I apologize for this duplicating footwear. If I understood why that kept happening, I'd try to rectify it, but it does seem that we need a machine to determine what's going on with me first. And if you have something like that, or if you have some sort of transportation device to get us to the fortress, either way would work.
Well, I'll let you ride shotgun, but there's no way you're tuning in the tunes. He kind of looks around and he says, not like there's any around here.
Good point.
Unless you happen to like death throes. I find that ghostly images still haunt this place.
Ghostly images, as in literal phantoms moving about.
Well, I don't exactly scan on the spectral stations. What kind of a man do you think I am?
Good point. Well, the sooner we start, the sooner we can actually determine what's going on.
Okay. So he like looks around and he says, "Hey, come on! Damn that robot! Hey, come on!" Then you hear the robot come, walking out from around the corner. What were you doing? And it just pauses and it says, "Snooping, sir." Then he says, "I didn't exactly install that in you. Go fetch the vessel." "Right away, sir."
Fetch the vessel. Oh, you have it here then.
And so he kind of like looks around and he says, "Did you think I was going to walk to it? Of course not. I could use my rocket boots if I wanted to, but he looks at you and he says, aside from your stylish fallings from the sky, you seem lacking in travel apparel."
Yes, unfortunately. Well, I didn't see a vehicle as I approached the house, so I wasn't sure.
So he just with that he shrugs and he says, "Well, how in the world do you think I get in and out of facilities? I don't exactly just park it on the roof and say, 'Hello, firehead.'"
So then you have been to multiple facilities since you've been here. I was wondering
Not
if
here,
you
no.
had
I'm
had-
talking about back home.
I see. Well, I wasn't sure actually what you were able to bring with you from our dimension. Like, ever since the explosion at Shadestone, I wasn't sure how you could actually survive in a place like this with whatever you had on you at the time.
Well, how very astute of you. But this particular place has quite the rations. Regrettably, the president didn't make it.
Yes, it seems virtually no one made it, which is unfortunate. I take it you've never met any survivors since you've been here.
Oh, good grief, man. You've seen what it's like out there.
Yes, understandable. It's just unfortunate that such a calamity befell this particular timeline. There seems to be no survivors.
Well, he says, there's us.
True.
Although, admittedly, I don't know for how much longer. I didn't notice if you noticed the particular shade of orange color in the sky.
Is that a more recent development then?
I would imagine it was appropriate to this particular area. The star is in decline. It's already been destroyed.
I see. And we're not going to have that much time, are we?
He looks down at a wrist that has no watch, and he says, I calculate we have a couple thousand years left.
Well, be that as it may, again, the sooner we can find the technology we need, the sooner we can fix my systems and get us home.
So, yeah, at that point, you hear a form of like hovercraft starting to come into the remains of the driveway. Despite being a robot, he still is looking around. Oddly enough, Ichabod is looking around to make sure no traffic is coming, that he lines it up correctly in the driveway. And he comes walking back out and he's like, oh, good God, man. Can you see that there's no traffic? And he's just, sorry, sir, insurance premiums. And he's like, oh. So he climbs in at this point and he says, oh, and you are going to buckle up.
Yes, of course. He gets in wherever he can, tries to put buckles on however he can.
Okay. So you do that. And then all of a sudden, one lands like right in your lap. He's like, ha ha! It seems to be attuned to you now. What a lucky sod.
Well, that will make it easier for me to collect these, I suppose, to experiment, but you're in control, of course.
Rightio! And so all of a sudden, he hits it, and you hear Sammy Hagar's, I can't drive 55. And he throws it into gear, racing across the scorched landscape. All right, so back to those who are in our reality.
I'm very intrigued by the Shea Gorath character.
So, Pulsar and Black Mass are going inside, correct?
That's the plan. Yeah, exactly. We're going inside with all of those peeps who are already here.
Okay, so you end up... So you can tell when you get in the inside, it looks like... I need to get my notes pulled up here. So it looks like at one point in time, long time ago, and those of you in on Black Mass, obviously not so much, but those of you in on the story, there's a lot of overgrowth, dirt and whatnot. So originally, it looks like maybe part of this collapsed in, and when you're looking at it, it looks like it may have been an elevator shaft.
Okay.
But there's so much crap going down it, like dirt and vines and whatnot, as well as the temporary ladder that they, which is actually pretty sturdy looking, that takes them down to the next level. And even if you fell, it wouldn't be like a direct fall sort of thing. Like there's enough massive dirt and just garbage and whatnot that's accumulated over the years that if you did fall, you would probably like hit part of it and then roll or stumble down the rest of the way. So it's not like, I mean, it's risky, but it's not like life-threatening.
Gotcha.
But it is so the area is partly unearthed. You can see when you get a little bit lower the support beams to what was probably an elevator shaft, which of course fits the whole idea of what it is that you're looking at. There's no way any people from the era as far down as this would have had that level of technology. Just none. So it's very clearly extraterrestrial of some kind.
Okay.
You do end up when you finally get down low enough, and this is where they were getting obviously all excited, as you can see that there's an entranceway, probably at the bottom of the shaft at this point, but the doors are still open at this point, so you don't even really see signs of the doors. Not even telling you to light their fire. Sorry.
I'm already on fire.
However, You do see the remains of some heavy support beams, and they've partly buckled, which may be why that the doors aren't working down here, or at least to the elevator shaft anymore. You see exposed wiring overhead, none of it flickering, by any means. You still have obviously some fresh air coming from the shaft itself, but when you start getting in a little bit further, it smells of like wet earth and just heavy air, like stale. Like there's just no airflow down here.
Okay.
Black Mass, you do end up seeing a sign on what appears to be a steel door that they have they've managed to, it's still in one piece, but they managed to wedge it forward enough that people can kind of turn on their side and shimmy through.
Okay.
Do you still have your tongue spell up, right?
Yeah, that lasts for an hour, I think.
Okay, yeah, so we're good. So the sign itself says Genealogia Forward Outpost.
And so he'll look at that and he'll then say out loud, Genealogia Forward Outpost. Then he turns to Pulsar. Does that mean anything to you? You ever heard of that before?
I'm going to, before I contact the group, I'm going to ask Compass in my head. Compass, have you heard of this before? Genealogia Forward Outpost?
Scanning. Yes, there are references to Genealogia. That is a reference to the Dexamite Empire.
Okay. Does it mean something in particular?
1 second.
It's a family history library, clearly.
It's like an Arby's or something like.
So Compass comes back and he says, according to the information that you found at the Universe Station, Genealogia chapters are an autonomous terrestrial-based research unit tied to Dexamite military. It is through this unit that all scientific studies were conducted in the field.
Okay. I know I'm not taking notes this session, but I wanted to write it's an autonomous. What again? I'm sorry.
It's who's your what's it? Hey,
what did you say? But it's a military facility.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, that's the crux of it. It's a military facility.
That is correct. Yes.
Okay.
Science military, if you want.
Science and military. Okay. Okay. I forget with our little no, we're connected with the Psi network, right?
That's
correct.
True, yeah.
Yo. All right. So I loop everybody in because I want to let you guys know, and I probably won't say it out loud for these people necessarily because I don't know if we can trust them yet.
Right.
But I'm going to say apparently this is the Genealogia Forward Outpost. This is a autonomous Dexamite science military facility that they've unearthed down here.
That sounds familiar. That sounds like something we heard on the up at Universe.
If it's autonomous, there is a chance that there could still be things working down here. If it's like the other places we've seen where they self-repair, self-generate.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. There might be
This
an
would be
AI
quite
here.
interesting.
And then Black Mass thinks he's all, have you guys actually found a place like this before?
We found a couple.
Yeah.
This could be beneficial to Hyperion when we find him.
It could, but the thing I'm worried about now is getting our Brazilian team here a little overly excited. Is there possibly any way we could, I don't know, twist this into something to get them to leave, or what do you guys think?
Should we follow behind you? Clandestinely?
Can you tell if they left anybody else topside, or did they bring everybody down here with us?
I'm
Jerome,
going to look
can
and
I-
see if
oh,
that guard is still there
Guard is where?
on topside.
Yeah.
How many people are still topside?
There's at least 7 at this point. Most of them keeping their eyes on you guys.
Yes, we're being watched pretty closely.
Well, you guys are invisible still.
yeah, we should be invisible.
Oh, okay.
Subvocally, if this
Mhm.
is a scientific study, perhaps it may even be legitimate that there may be biological dangers down there for human beings.
Yeah, that is true.
If
I
this
mean-
was scientific study, could very have well been biological in nature, not only robotic.
It could. The thing though is that remember when we found the bodies that were inside the other facility, there is the chance that anything that's down here, because it's pretty well caved in, anything that's been down here has been trapped for however long. If there is something down here, it's either being sustained by the same science as before, or it's found a way to adapt. Either way, it might be best if we kind of step forward and tell these guys that there's real danger here.
Well, do you want us to follow in? Because they won't see us enter.
I think you guys would probably be more useful down here with us, especially the more sciencey of you guys will definitely enjoy this field trip.
That's a good point. If you can stay invisible and come down here, that'd probably be best.
Uh,
Are you able to
I'm-
maintain that, Lightbringer?
I can maintain it, but I can't carry you all.
Yeah, there's a ladder that comes down the shaft, but yeah, how many people came down here with Histro?
3.
3? Okay.
Were all 3 of them on the ladder at the same time?
No.
Well, presumably they're down.
Everybody went down one at a time.
I flew.
Maybe if you all step really quietly and I can just hover around you and keep us invisible.
Do you think that the ladder would be able to sustain my weight?
Are you heavy? It's a sturdy ladder. How much do you weigh?
I weigh over 400 pounds.
Ooh.
Was it
I'm
like a
quite
metallic
dense.
ladder, Jerome, or was it like a very rickety?
No.
With
No.
ladders.
They were. It was. Yes, it's a metal ladder with built-in support.
Okay.
It doesn't match obviously what's here. It was by the research team that had been there prior.
Okay.
That was going to be my next question. If it matched if it was something that was okay, so they installed it in here. 400 pounds. That's a lot. Even if you don't like damage the ladder, that's definitely going to be loud. Probably. Can you?
Lightbringer, could you bring Exion down with you?
I can slide down the ladder. I can manipulate my body enough. I cannot turn gelatinous at will as I used to, but I believe I can manipulate my body enough to where
You could Python
won't
your way
need
down.
to.
Yeah.
I will not need to step down.
Okay, you'll slither down.
So do I feel? I mean, is that a safe assumption? Like
Yeah.
I could feel comfortable like grabbing the sides and basically I just kind of just down.
Or something equivalent thereof. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
How much I can
What was that, Brittany?
You went kind of robotic.
lift at EX20.
Dang. Isn't that 18 million pounds?
Yes, that's exactly what that is. David.
18 million ounces.
That's
18 million grams.
Davey is generating Davey numbers and throwing stuff at the wall again.
Right.
that's one venti mocha latte.
I know, right? Worth of weight.
Venti is 20.
Yeah, EX20.
Grande is large.
Yeah, I don't have that written anywhere. I'd have to look it up in the book.
Okay.
Does anybody know offhand?
What,
I-
What are we
EX20?
looking for again?
How much the strength is?
It's 800 pounds.
Oh, then I guess I could lift him if I had to.
Mhm.
Okay.
Well, however you guys can
Thank
get
you.
down here, if you can do it quietly, might as well do that now.
Okay.
Or, Sean
Um,
could just teleport you. Just
She
saying.
can't. Well,
Doesn't she need to be able to see where she's going, or?
Blindly.
You mean look down the shaft?
Yeah, she can look down the shaft and
Oh.
bring us all the way down
Yeah,
there.
I mean,
Well,
it's,
Well, I
it's
wasn't-
literally like standing on like a 4-story building and looking down and going, yeah, I see the ground.
Well, yeah, but it's also
Oh, fair
dark.
enough.
Is it lit up well enough for her to be able to
Yeah.
see the bot? Okay.
Mhm.
See that I thought it was just we were going down into
No,
darkness.
when you get further in, yes, you are. But again, there's still some ambient light from the hole that you guys have just gone in.
Okay, but yeah, so she can't see. And I'll ignite like enough so that way it's bright enough for people to see, so that way
Sure.
we don't need flashlights.
That'll work. So the
Okay.
scientists are kind of talking amongst themselves, like, whoa.
And it's Lightbringer, Sean, and myself, correct? Just the three of us up there?
You
And
can
Red
lower-
Arsenal.
Red Arsenal.
Oh, and Red Arsenal. Okay.
His name is Blue Quiver. Thank you.
Oh, and Heat Phantom. I think Heat
and technically Heat Phantom, yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's posing in the back.
Okay.
T-post.
Make like a tree.
Yeah.
He's like, I've been seeing Xenofreeze do it for the last couple for the last while. It just seems so cool. I'll do it now.
So yeah, Jerome, as soon as everybody gathers around the ladder, she'll poof him down to
Sure.
the bottom.
Zap. Down,
Yep.
back down to the bottom. Easy peasy. So as you guys are waiting around, the scientists at this point, they haven't gone very far, but they're looking at the walls, and now everybody's looking around, they don't really think anything of it, probably because they've been down here already. But you see that there are two bodies in front of the door that had been closed.
Fresh corpse or
No.
skeletons?
Just out of
Mummies.
curiosity, are we keeping Heat Phantom up above to keep watch and alert us
For
if
sake of
anything?
argument, yes.
Okay.
We'll just do that.
Okay.
Okay.
Let's not make this
I'm-
more harder than we is. We don't have to account for people that aren't here. I
Right.
can take care of that part, but let's just keep the game going.
Okay. I'm gonna ask one of the people like
Is this in front of the door that had the sign on it?
Yep.
Okay.
I'm gonna ask the people, the scientists, like, are those bodies? Were they here when you guys unearthed this?
So they turned and looked and they said, well, yes, actually they were.
Did you find anything on their bodies? Any identifying information?
They're, one of the scientists speaks up and he's like, well, I'm not a medical forensic expert, but we did look at them. It does appear that they have, although decaying, uniforms that would indicate that they were from Senia.
I'm gonna move over to the bodies and I'm gonna kind of kneel down over top of them. I'm gonna look for some sort of like identifying information, like
You mean the barcodes that are on their head?
yeah. Is that how they did it, or are you making a reference to them?
That's exactly how they did it.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, if you were pressed into service and you were a deviant, they made it painfully obvious, and it got right there on your forehead.
Okay, then yeah,
This was like Holocaust style for deviants then.
Yep.
Right.
yeah, I'm gonna delicately kind of examine the bodies to kind of see if these are my folks.
Go ahead and roll an intuition check.
Oh man. My intuition is...
While he's investigating, Dale, you end up hearing the scientists talk. They're obviously not going, much further with you guys just hanging out there, but you hear them kind of chattering amongst themselves, and it sounds like they've been at least inside past the door, and you hear them mention that appears to be some sort of security station or check post.
I'm going to spend 45 karma to...
to make sure you get a green?
Yeah. It's gonna use up a lot of the karma that I have left over, but well, these might be my folks.
No more chameleon for you.
Dang.
That is a red fee. Oh god, didn't need the karma, but yeah.
Okay. So when you look at it, it is.
Both of them?
Yep.
Oh no.
And they their bodies, for the time that they've been down here, because I mean it's not like you've seen them recently, but there's no way they would look like a super decayed husk.
Mm-hmm.
Right? They would obviously show some sort of signs of maybe rapid decay due to the moisture that's in the air, in this area, but not quite like this.
Not quite like this. This looks different somehow.
Yeah,
or...
it does look different. Like you might expect to see, depending on how long they've been down here, maybe like some sort of like mold or something growing off of them, or something kind of nasty. But it looks like it almost looks like they were mummified to an extent.
So then, as he's sitting there and observing that, Black Mass is going to walk up to the scientists there and be like, "You said there's a security station just beyond. Are there actual, like, I don't know, security features in there that we got to be aware of?"
They shrug. It's like the scientist who was answering the questions before speaks up and he says, "Not as far as we can tell. Looks like it's mostly inoperable, but it does look like there may be power somewhere in this place." One of the monitors, while cracked, had what appeared to be like static. So it kind of looked like one of those old TVs.
I think Pulsar is just like hugging the bodies like to his chest right now. He's just he's whispering like quietly to them, like just apologizing.
Okay, 1 second.
Mommy, Daddy.
I'm sorry I couldn't get here sooner. You didn't deserve this.
Making me sad.
It's Jerome's fault. Jerome did it. Could have let me add living parents, but no. No. You find their mold mummies. Oh, okay.
It's
At least you get to continue to call
kind
her
of a weird,
mommy.
kind of a weird situation. You've got two mummies. Your daddy has turned into a mummy.
Oh, great. Thanks, guys. I don't feel weird about this at all.
Oh, you don't have to kind of doing wrong. Okay.
Hmm?
Oh, no. Say that.
Yeah.
No, it's not. Okay, well,
No,
do that.
it's exclamation point, roll, and then MN.
And if you're
Capital
going to add a
M.
number, then you do the plus sign.
There we go. Alrighty.
Yella.
And for the record, I've had this suit on like this like whole time. Like I don't want these people to know what I look like. So
I know.
okay, yeah, but
Mr.
yeah,
Mr. Sus.
no, I just see Jerome rolling some stuff, and I'm like, yeah, just for the record, I'm in my spacesuit, yeah, gently sobbing pulsar tears over these
Yeah. No,
over
I get
these
it.
dead
I get it.
people. Yeah,
His mono eye is leaking.
yeah. The little
So well,
comments are just
the
like
rest of you are
leaving-
down there. You guys can see Pulsar like sobbing over, two bodies. The scientists don't know what the heck's going on. But at that
I'll
point,
say-
they're like, okay, well, we're going to move forward, and they start sliding past the door to go into what apparently is the security room.
I'll say over the Crown Network. What is it? What did you find?
I don't know if he's in like a state of mind where he's like even going to hear you. I think he's sitting there just like kind of cradling these like two bodies near him.
So Brittany, roll intuition.
Green.
This sounds like something that Ixion has gone through recently.
So everybody go ahead and just keep playing. Brittany, I got a message coming into you.
Okay. Is it another secret that I have to withhold from the audience?
I will let you disseminate however you wish, especially if you wish to greatly disappoint the rest of your player base.
Oh,
Yeah, we're going to. Yeah, you might as well. I mean, we're already tiffed
The
at
world is
two of
ending.
your
The world is
characters.
ending anyway, evidently.
Pulsar, can you hear me?
Can you hear me?
Okay.
I think Red
let's stay in
Arsenal's gonna
character.
like walk over to where Pulsar's at.
Don't go too
And-
far.
Yeah, and just kind of just like kneel down with him and I don't know, just be there with him. Like this feels like he hasn't said that it's his parents, but we're looking for his parents, and so I'm thinking that Red Arsenal can put two and two together and just mourn with him,
Yeah, she'll move as well over and kneel down beside Pulsar. Brother, we're here for you.
He just I think he'll kind of like lean up against you guys for to acknowledge and kind of like to some like somewhat feeling like being near somebody, but at the same time he's so broken up about it he can't really talk.
You don't have to speak. You can just shake your head or nod. But are they who we came to look for?
Okay, I thought that's what happened.
I'm so sorry, Pulsar. I know this feeling all too well. And I'm sorry that you have to experience it.
I was afraid that I was hoping that this wouldn't be the case. I was hoping I could help set them free, but
Well, they're no longer being used. And now that you found him, they can be at peace.
they didn't deserve this though.
If you'd like, when we leave, we can take them with us.
Give
so
him a
that-
burial, yeah.
Yeah, so you
I'm
can
not-
have a proper.
Yeah, I'm not going to leave them here in the dark.
Yeah. We'll make sure to. I'll make sure to get them.
No, I appreciate it. I'll carry them out.
And she's gonna wrap her arms around his neck and give him a tight hug.
Yeah, he'll put a hand like on your arm, just kind of grip you. Not try not to hurt you, but it's probably tighter than it's comfortable.
Yeah, she'll just stay there until they're ready to move.
Yeah, Jerome, I'm actually crying, so good job. Thanks.
You're welcome.
Thanks for the dead parents, man.
Merry Christmas.
Oh, it's Christmas in July.
Pulsar says thank you for the dead parents.
Yeah, put that in the notes.
You're like, wait, what?
Yeah. I can't wait
Thank
for
you,
you.
higher galactic being.
I can't wait for you to read that on the notes
On the
next time.
Yeah.
And the
Hey,
recap.
Katrina,
George cries on
George
screen.
is upset at me. He's actually crying because I killed his character's parents. Am I a bad person?
Who are you
Hey,
asking?
you're not
Is
a bad person at all. Emotional moments like that can really deepen the story and character development. It's natural for players to feel attached and react strongly. Just make sure to talk it out with George, reassure him that his character's journey is important, and maybe find ways to incorporate those emotions into the campaign. All about collaboration and making the story meaningful for everyone.
You heard it.
Jerome
right.
introduced us to Katrina yesterday, and she
Yeah.
gave us her opinion on all of our characters
Yeah.
and our game last night.
It's
So-
Jerome's cybernetic hype man.
So, George, I hear you, I see you,
Okay.
and I recognize your pain.
Okay.
There are better arcs in front of you. I promise.
Better arcs than my dead parents in front of me. Oh, it's
Hopefully.
my super villain arc. Yeah, you're right.
There
Oh,
we
no.
go. That's
So back in character.
So seeing everybody gathered there, Black Mass would walk over and he would like fold his hands in front of him and he'd like bow his head still standing, and he would say a prayer, and he'd like spend like a minute saying that prayer. At the end, be like Amen, and then he looks to Pulsar and says, "Who do you think did this to him? Would it be the guards up top or something else?"
They've been down here for a long time, but they're almost mummified. But it's weird. Whatever happened to them, like it could have just been they were caught in the cave-in. But Jerome, from my role, does this seem unnatural? Like if you were caught in a cave-in, like does this look like a
Do
natural
you
amount of
have any sort of medicine?
first
aid? Anything?
I've watched a bunch of episodes of House.
Okay, so that would be no, because House gets it wrong 3 times before he gets it right the 4th.
But
maybe
That's a good point.
you do
That's
have
right.
a sister who has a lot of a medical experience.
So as you all are hovering, Lightbringer through the crown says, "Stop! Do not open that door."
That door's already open, but
Everybody,
Anymore.
everybody needs to get out of this cave. At least the humans. This is really, really bad.
So Black Mass turns to the scientists and goes, "We're getting out of here right now."
and they're like,
Show
why? And
Biohazard.
one guy takes a fist and like hammers it on one of the consoles, sort of thing, and it just kind of sparks. And he says, "There's nothing down here."
There's a biohazard. You know that drum you picked up? There might be more of it down there. We've got to close this place off until we find out how to deal with it.
So they kind of like look around for a second, and then like 2 of the guys, they buy it. They're just like, okay, screw this noise. I didn't come down here to to die of some weird sort of plague in the Amazon. And the other guy's like, okay, he calls it in, sort of thing, and waiting for a response.
Wait, didn't you
We
say there was
sh-
like white moss or something
We
like
should
that?
probably
around the
quarantine.
No, I did.
We
Oh,
should
you said-
probably quarantine. We don't want if they've been exposed, we don't want them passing it to anybody else.
Yeah,
Or
so they
us.
can't. So then they can't go topside.
Dang it. I wish they hadn't opened that door.
They can quarantine topside, right?
They've already been down here and
Up
Like-
there.
and then back up. So whatever if whatever this is contagious, it's already been out.
So then through
Or
the
was
net,
it-
through the network, Black Mass is like, "What do you know that you're not telling us? What's happening here?"
Jerome, did I ever figure out the origin or like symptoms, or was it all just aftermath?
All aftermath.
Okay.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
This isn't the Black Death, is it?
Or is this the plague that we were worried about in the future?
Yes,
Okay.
this is it.
Okay.
This is
Did
it.
this cause his parents to
Yes.
mummify?
This I had a visitor from the future in which basically the entire Earth had been destroyed by this wasting disease, and this is what it looked like.
Okay.
So are we visible to all of them now? Did you drop it?
I didn't on purpose. Should we see if I still have it up?
Yeah, Psyche checked in.
I mean, because all of a sudden they hear this voice out of nowhere say, "Stop!"
No, that was just mentally.
Yeah, that was
Oh.
through the crown. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Green.
Green.
Okay, so now
Okay.
All
While
right.
all that's happening, Black Mass is going to
I'm-
go over to the door and try to like see if he can re-close it as best he can.
okay.
I'll go over. I'll leave the bodies behind, and I'll
So
try
you're gonna
to.
seal the scientists in?
Well, wait for them to get out, and then close the door so that way they can't get out, or they can't get back in this area.
Okay. Well, so while you're Black Mass is prepping himself to try and pull this door shut, you can see that the other scientist, who was waiting to hear back, he looks to his two people and he says, "No, we've got to press on. There's too much money on the line at this point. We've already invested way too much to stop now."
You might already have contracted whatever is down here. If there's any chance of saving you all, we need to quarantine you, and we need to do testing on you to make sure that you all are safe from whatever madness that cracking this door open is unleashed.
So they at this point, the other two scientists are like, sort of thing, like, we got to go.
Yeah, and I'll point to the bodies and I'll say, these people should not be this level of withered and desiccated for how long that they've been here. There's something terrible down here, and we can't let it spread.
They are scientists. Through the crown, I say they are scientists. Let them know of the time frame that they have been down here, at least an approximation. I would even venture to say, tell them less time than what you know for sure.
I don't know how long they've been down here, though.
But
and as you guys are debating in the Crown Network, you hear someone yell above ground.
I need genetic samples to see if I can figure out what happened to them specifically, so that we can look at these scientists and see if they contracted it.
Lightbringer, if
Something
we put...
happened up top. Somebody needs to go up there right now.
Red Arsenal's gonna run back up.
Well,
the
shown proofs.
Oh, okay. Well,
could you take Red Arsenal with you?
Yeah, she could.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Who's Red Arsenal?
Oh yeah, Blue Quiver.
Yeah, she takes
right
Blue
here.
Quiver
Red
with her.
Arsenal, right here. Hi guys. Name's
Wow.
Red
Yeah,
Arsenal.
yeah.
Nice to meet
We're no
y'all.
longer. Yeah, we're visible now.
Yep. So at that point, scientists are kind of surprised, that other people are there. But then of course, Shown and Red Arsenal teleport outside, touching down near the front of the entrance.
What do we see?
Who yells?
So there's some people scrambling around the camp, right as somebody comes up with a rifle, and it's obscured by one of the tents, but by where you're at. But he opens up with a couple rounds to something that was like on the ground.
So this is one of the existing people that was up there?
Yep.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Lightbringer, I think chaos just started up here.
Red Arsenal's gonna go investigate whatever that the guy shot at.
So they're not too concerned that more masks have suddenly shown up at this point. Like the guys that are there, you can see that one of them, one of the guards, had jumped on somebody else, one of the scientists who were still up top, and had been gnawing at his neck. And so the guy turned around and he pumped several rounds from his assault rifle into him.
Okay, Red Arsenal's gonna get on the crown. Somebody took a big chunk out of another person. I think these people are infected.
So,
Red
What do you mean
Arsenal,
took a
can
chunk
you
out of them?
can
Bit.
you knock him out?
And as you guys are kind of talking, random, back and forth where the scientists were at that point, they don't quite hear what was going on. So the main scientist is telling them, no, we need to go on. And then in an instant, one of the ones who is disagreeing, turns and looks at him. And in that brief instant, you can see his eyes were like a sickly yellow with almost like green kind of seeping out around it. And he lashes out at one of the other scientists that had been wanting to go and starts trying to do the same thing, just flat out eating him.
So
This is down in the hole now.
Yes.
Yeah,
Mhm.
Sean
Okay.
is going to ask Red Arsenal to knock the guard out.
Yeah. Well,
I'm sorry, knock what guard out?
Well, the one that's going crazy and chewing on people.
No, he just got shot.
Yeah, he was shot.
No.
And killed.
Yes.
Oh,
The
he was shot and
scientist-
killed.
The scientist bit the soldier.
guard,
The soldier. The
Oh,
soldier
okay.
shot the scientist, and
Okay.
now down in the hole, one of the scientists' eyes turned green
Yeah.
and bit one of the other scientists.
So can we see the state that the guard is in? Do we see the same thing with the eyes and everything?
So there was a scientist that was. So let me recap because
The
people
scientists,
are
okay, yeah.
talking and the details are being missed. Up top, a guard shot another guard that went psycho and started eating a scientist.
Okay.
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 Oh.
Nobody has looked at that as of yet. You guys had
Okay.
advanced went right after the gunshots, and he's got his gun trained on the weirdo who decided to eat one of the members of the science team. Down below, you saw one of the scientists get yellow eyes with green seeping out of it.
Yeah.
Attack one of the other scientists and is trying to do the same thing, like trying to eat him, bite. He's biting, thrashing. He's barely holding him off while the other scientists kind of step back. And right when that happens, you see two what appear to be like turrets kind of drop down from the ceiling. And they just start targeting randomly and end up shooting the guy who was trying to defend himself from the one that had turned. And he gets hit like he got stunned and it's all over for him.
Wow.
Can I use my medical scanner and start taking readings of these people?
In active combat? Sure.
Okay,
So
I'm gonna do that.
the things the turrets that just blasted them, did it also take out the guy who was attacking the victim?
No, it actually first targeted the guy who was the victim.
Okay, got it.
So that's why he's done, because he was the only thing keeping himself alive at that point. So the guy, as soon as he got stunned, took a big chunk out of his body and is trying to nom him down.
So are the turrets stunning non-infected targets in the infected?
It seems to be targeting randomly. Like occasionally we're in combat at this point, by the way, so there's not a whole lot more you guys can ask, but every once in a while it'll fire and hit a wall.
Okay, yeah, I just wasn't sure if is the turret helping the zombie? But okay, it's just firing in the room. Okay.
Yeah, matches
So there's
kind of what you
still
see in the security room. Like it's damaged quite a bit. So if the consoles are damaged, it's a good bet that the stuff here is, if it's still active, it's malfunctioning.
Oh, okay.
So there's two scientists left.
Yes.
One is infected and one is normal for now.
Running deeper into the facility at this point.
Okay. Was he the guy that was trying to argue like, hey, we need to keep going? So the one that's been arguing that we need to keep going is like, see ya. Okay.
Okay, and since we're topside, we're not in battle yet. So
it's combat
could
rounds
we-
for everybody. It's close enough.
Okay, well, because I was wondering if we could actually get a look at the one that got capped.
Sure. So at this point, we're going to roll for initiative. So we could start breaking this down.
Okay.
Break it down.
Oh, I forgot what's initiative in this game.
There's the pin message. I think how to roll for
It
initiative.
is.
Yeah.
It is. Exclamation point. Roll.
Roll
Four
number
in it.
4 in it. I think.
Yeah.
Is it 4?
Yeah. Roll.
Yeah. Roll.
And then the number 4.
Yeah, number 4 in it, and then
In it.
plus something. What is the plus?
Depends on your intuition, and that's also in the pin section.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. If you don't have an intuition, I don't get anything. So yeah.
My intuition's at 10, so I don't know if that gives me.
Black Mass is at a 6.
Yeah. Xenofreeze is on 2. Okay. He's like, what?
Drum. If my intuition is a GD, like how do I tell if I have a
you don't have any pluses.
There's a chart.
Oh, okay. Oh.
You don't have any pluses. Mine's a GD too. So.
Okay.
Or GD10. It's GD also.
Character sheet.
Yeah. We don't get any pluses.
So I'm missing initiatives for George, Davey, and Shelley and Britt.
Me.
Okay.
I'm
I'm
reading.
at 6.
It's what am I adding? I'm adding
Oh wait.
What's your intuition?
What's your
intuition. Okay,
2.
intuition.
Oh,
okay.
Plus
What is your
No,
intuition?
what is your intuition at?
75.
Okay,
Wow.
then you can
And
add
then
a plus
75.
5 to your initiative.
Okay.
Red Arsenal got a 12.
Pulsar got a 7.
That didn't work.
No, it's
roll
roll
4. You forgot the number 4 in
Oh,
between
okay.
roll and it. Yeah.
Oh, and it's in it. INIT, like initiative.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I'm in it to win it.
Yeah. It's got a roll 4 in it.
Whoa.
Gosh.
Nice.
I'll be right back.
And Shelley, what'd you get?
15.
15. Holy crap.
Okay. All right. So then the two fastest people are topside. So Shelley and Davey, you guys are investigating the person who was eaten. Which one?
No, the one, the guard that was,
It was doing the eating.
Yeah, and got
The what?
capped.
Yeah.
So I mean, she's close, but not like in his face. She's kind of leaning over him to kind of look at him.
Okay. Well, he's face down because he was eating on somebody below him. So you're gonna have to.
Okay,
like,
so she'll take
you're
her
gonna have to
foot.
get real close, or you're gonna have to like roll him over.
Yeah, she'll take her foot and kind of flip him over.
Okay. So he has, yellowish eyes with green, some sort of green seeping out of it.
She's gonna look. I mean, as the moment she sees that, she's gonna look at Red Arsenal.
And he's already like a sickly looking,
Okay. Red Arsenal. Yeah, Red Arsenal's going to take a look at the body and okay.
These people are in trouble. We can't leave them defenseless.
Okay.
So that's what you guys are doing for this particular round. When you hear another yell topside, we'll deal with that later. Dice. Give me dice. Give me chocolate.
What was that song?
Give me chocolate from Baby Metal.
Oh, okay. For a second, I thought it was the Mortal Kombat, like
Yeah, no.
from the Mortal Kombat. The first movie wasn't bad.
Nope, was not.
Second one though,
Was
I haven't seen either one of them.
The first one is good. It is that director's best movie. Yes, I said it.
Wow.
He went on to direct Resident Evil and
I love Resident Evil.
Alien versus Predator.
All right, so those of you who are down in the facility at this point, right at the opening there where the elevator shaft leading into the security. So the security measures that have dropped down, they both fire. Like one hits the door, another one strikes near the console. It's just randomly targeting at this point and firing. So the creature, the guy who's infected, he at one point was about ready to start running after the other scientist, and he sees all the commotion and the bright light nearby him just past the door, and he comes running at you guys. Let's see, position-wise, Black Mass. It's going to be you because you were initially trying to shut that door.
Right. Okay, so if he's coming at me, let's see.
You can attempt to just block it if you want. You can attempt to dodge, which means it'll be more difficult to attack back, but you'll still have an action. Or you can just do full evade and like leap all the way back or something, which means you won't get an action, but it's actually it's much harder to hit you.
I'll just try to do like just a typical dodge.
Alrighty, give me an agility check.
Right. And okay. White Feet. He's going to. Do I have a reroll into him? No, I do not. Okay. White Feet.
Okay. So now we get to see if the guy penetrates. So you're not able to dodge. He bites down. Do you have any sort of armor?
I have density manipulation, AM 50. Do I have to activate that, or is that okay?
Because that's tied. That's exponentially tied to some of your superhuman strength and whatnot.
Okay. Would I be able to like try to reflexively activate that at this point, or is that too late?
Unfortunately, no, it's too late. So it lunges forward, bites into your arm, draws a little bit of blood at this point. That was looks like Shelly, I think, is giving you a reroll. That was its action at this point. So we are now at George.
Yeah, Dale, that reroll's for you for Black Mass.
Okay, cool.
My name is Pulsar. I'm going to. The auto guns are just going nuts.
Yeah.
Right. I hate to leave that. Like, I hate to leave you guys with the thing, but I'm gonna try and take out the. Would it be easier to punch out the guns, or could I just close the doors? I mean, that's kind of what we were doing.
The door is partially open. It would be a strength check to pull it shut. One of the turn have made it through and has bitten Black Mass.
Yeah, no, I'm trying to.
The turrets, however, so long as you guys stay on the other side of the mostly, I won't say mostly closed, but partially closed door, they can't hit you.
Mm-hmm. Okay, in that case, I will. I'm gonna try to help Black Mass. I'm gonna pull this person off of him.
Okay. Strength check.
Strength check. Okay.
Or I should say, it's not strength, it's fighting.
Fighting? Okay.
You rolled an EX and you got a White Feet. Wow, Dell.
That's a green feat.
Okay. So you grab a hold of it. It does clearly have some sort of heightened senses and strength, but nothing compared to you. So as it's like thrashing around, you pull it off a Black Mass real quick. Roll your fighting to see how many actions you get this round.
You got it, boss.
Don't forget it, because I'm not going to keep reminding folks.
But no, actually, that's what I thought it was. The first thing you had me rolling for was the Emmett. Because that's what I rolled. So that's a yellow feat.
And your fighting is what?
75. MN 75.
All right. That should give you, I think, all 3 of your actions.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Was one of them to grab this person, or?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So that's one of them. The second one is, can I while I've got a hold of them, can I look at them? Do they look like, do I think this person is savable? Do I think they're dead, or?
You have no medical knowledge whatsoever. You have no idea what you're doing.
Okay. Well, then in that case, I'm going to try to pin them down on the ground. I don't want to hurt them. I want to see if I can kind of, and I'll call out to Lightbringer, Lightbringer, as I kind of restrain them, so that way I don't want to hurt them, but I don't want them to hurt us. So
you greatly overpower it, so it's not a problem for you to put him face down onto the ground and just kind of palm his back and keep him where he's at.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. So I'll kind of wait for Lightbringer, and my turn's just going to be holding this person down.
Oh, all right. So now we are at Brittany and Dale.
I'm going to shoot them with my medical scanner.
Okay, so you're just going to... So thankfully, Pulsar has somebody pinned down, which will keep them in place. You're going to scan. So, okay. Give me a reason check.
Pull out your tricorder.
Augmented by my...
Yes. It's unfortunately much larger than a tricorder, but essentially that's what she kind of created.
Let's see.
Oh, could I retroactively
No.
say something across the signet?
No.
No?
Go ahead.
Yellow.
Okay. I was going to call out to the people above, disable the helicopters. We cannot let them leave.
Okay.
Because Shone can get there faster.
Right now, we have to worry about next turn. I'm trying to keep it all squared away. Just keep that in the back of your mind.
Okay.
Okay, so Lightbringer, what'd you get?
Yellow.
Yellow. Okay, so it is taking the scan results, of course, identifying as human, unknown pathogen, found in the system. Of course, it's going to keep scanning. With your reason, real quick, go ahead and give me another check as you're looking over the results. I made out none of that.
Yeah, your robot.
Is it still augmented or is it normal?
No, it's going to be you. So if you have medicine.
I do.
Okay, then that's going to bump your bump your roll by 1 column shift.
By that time, am I up there?
Also yellow.
Because
up where?
I can assist up by the infected.
No, you're still later in the round.
All right. You say because.
So what'd you get, Lightbringer?
I could help.
Yellow.
Yellow. Okay. Based on what you're looking at here, preliminary results from your scan, this matches what you had been working on.
Well, we got a ringer. That's not great news.
Is it reversible?
Dale?
I don't know. I don't know much about it yet.
So then Black Mass, he's gonna look at the bite wound on his arm. Like how gnarly is it right now?
I mean, a person bit you.
Yeah.
So it looks like a person bit you.
Okay.
And broke skin, there's blood, sort of thing. Like it
Right.
actually did damage. Oh, yeah, sorry. So you took 10 points of damage.
Okay. Let's see here. So he's going to say over the network, I've been bitten. And he broke skin. I got to stay down here. I might need to run after that guy that went further in to see if we can get him.
Do we have a cure? Is there anything we can do?
I don't even know what this thing is.
Everybody be careful. Don't get bit.
Do you know from your research in the future, is it only humans that are susceptible?
Jerome, I'm pretty sure it was deviants also. Is that?
I was going to say, we've been over this a couple times. It's everything.
Yeah. Plants, animals, humans, deviants, everything. Everything.
What about extraterrestrials?
The lady just said everything.
I was going to say,
what
as
everything
Cat
means?
William would say, everything, 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 everything.
I think it goes after Dexamite DNA. So you.
This
might be
is
susceptible.
This is the sickness that Collapsing Star said that he had found derelict ghost ships in space with dead bodies. This is why. Extraterrestrials too.
So with that discussion, keep in mind we're still in combat. Derek, you're up. Unless Dale, you're doing something different.
At this point, he'll go ahead and activate his density manipulation.
Okay.
For any future attacks.
Sure. Go. Just give me. It's an innate power, so you should be. Just give me a psychic check.
Psychic. Okay.
Would you?
Yellow feet. Cool.
So you are good, Dale. Take it up as high as you want.
Okay.
Would you like me to encase him in ice? It would at least immobilize him. It seems that, from what your knowledge is, he is beyond saving at this point, and that would prevent him from attacking anyone else.
Sure, worth a try.
Okay.
All right.
All you need is a green result, Derek. He's not going anywhere. Really, the only thing you have to be concerned with is your power rank encasing pulsar. So get a green result, you're fine.
Okay.
So it's agility check to make your shot. Pew!
Okay, RM 30. So,
Jerome, for the power stunts, can we work on like power stunts like with like as a team, or is it like an individual?
It's all individual.
Okay, because I was like we could.
There are tactics you can attempt to work
like
on.
Fastball special.
Like fastball special, exactly.
Yeah, I was thinking like we could come up with a beam called Icy Hot, where like he and I both like I heat, he freezes, like, and then somebody hits him with like a menthol, like a menthol arrow. Yeah.
So if this is to hit him, then if that's just like I'm not going to hit Pulsar, then
what result did you get?
I got a 98 red.
Okay, so you're fine. Yeah, you just needed a green result to ice him successfully.
I've fully encased this guy. He's
going nowhere.
He's a sickle. Yeah. He's a sickle. And
he's a zombie.
Pulsar is
hugging
a piece of ice.
So you timed it just right. Pulsar let up right as Xenofreeze. You blasted down to the ground, and now he is just in a big block of ice.
He's a zombie sickle.
Yeah.
Is Black Mass still with us, or did he run down the?
He at this point, it was just conversing and activating his own power to make him.
So he's still standing there. He said I might have to run, but nobody's like told him to do that or anything. So he's standing there.
So back topside. So we're starting with Shelly.
Because they said to make sure that the helicopters are disabled, she's going to reach over and grab Red Arsenal by the arm and
Mhm.
teleport them to the helicopters.
Okay.
Okay.
Alrighty. So you're at the, which wasn't terribly far, but so Red Arsenal, you are now in front of where they've effectively landed 2 of their helicopters.
All right. Are there keys inside the helicopter?
Keys don't.
There's
The
guards.
helicopters don't operate off of keys.
Oof.
Need to disable them.
Next, you're going to tell me that you can't hotwire a helicopter.
No, I mean you can just flip the on switch.
Let me see what I have, because I don't think a mental blast is going to do anything to a machine.
No, because
Nope.
Yeah.
if you had
If it's a
telekinesis, you could do
Decepticon.
that.
If it's a Decepticon, it'll scream.
Yeah.
What about your don't you have exploding arrows?
No.
Oh.
Well, I mean, I do have the carbon rods that Hyperion gave me, but I don't think that's gonna. Whatever. He's gonna take the arrows and the carbon arrows and fire them into both of the cockpits of both of the helicopters.
Okay. Sure.
Yeah. That
So-
should disable them.
Into the cockpit, sure. Okay. So,
Yeah.
So an arrow gets stuck like right in the windshield of one. I'm not going to make you roll. They're big targets. They're not moving. Thunk. Tsk. Arrow sticks into the other windshield.
Oh no, I was like in the cockpit, not the
Right.
Yeah.
in the
Okay.
console,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah, the console.
Okay. Console is very different.
Okay, console. Yes.
So how much damage does your arrows do? They should only be like 6, I think.
Yeah, they're not that much. Let me see if I can find it real quick. I think it's whatever's in the book.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's either 6 or 7. Let's just open up Weapons Locker. Let's see if it's in there.
No, it's definitely not in Weapons Locker.
Not in Weapons Locker.
No, Weapons Locker is for a bunch of villains and heroes and their specific equipment.
No, yep, here it is. Regular, 6 points of damage.
Look at that.
Yep.
Memory don't fail me now. So you kind of climb into the one helicopter real quick. You just slide open the door, pull back your bow, draw an arrow. Ting, 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 ting.
Yep.
It's got a nasty gash where the arrow first tried to penetrate through, but didn't really do much of anything.
Yeah. He's going to turn to Shone and say, "You need to fry these things electrically."
No one can hear you.
She's gonna tell Red Arsenal to get out, and
Yep.
she'll zap him.
We will do that at next round.
Okay.
Alrighty. Let's see. So we are back to them. So at this point, chaos is erupting at the camp. You guys are out of position. You're at the helicopters at this point. So you guys who are down below, hear more yelling happening at the camp now. Those of you who are down below, you end up hearing a sound like the guy was yelling. And then you hear crunching sounds.
With
Yelling and crunching, and then the yelling stops immediately with the crunching.
Deeper
with deep
in
bass.
You mean?
Yeah. Deep.
Deeper in, right? You're saying?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Something just got the guy who ran in. Something's happening.
My worry that something is evolved or adapted down here is starting to seem not so crazy. Should we close the door?
Yes, let's do that.
Brittany, roll your reason. At this point, you guys aren't in direct combat right now, so I'm not going to worry too much about it for rounds just yet. Still keeping your initiatives on hand.
Okay.
I'm gonna roll.
Okay, probably smart.
If we pull the door closed, can I use my fire generation to like weld the metal so it's like
You could certainly try.
all right? Yeah, we're gonna do that.
Brittany, what'd you get?
Yellow.
Do you think it's wise to let this just exist down here? Given
no,
what you
but
know?
we don't know what it is, so
Oh, you know exactly what it is. It doesn't
the
matter what
crunching thing?
it doesn't matter what you heard in there. You know what you know what's at the end of the tunnel, no matter what.
Okay, so we gotta blow it up.
You have to try and find a way to get rid of the biohazard.
Yeah,
How you do that is up to you.
We need to destroy it. Maybe some atomic ultraviolet will cleanse that thing.
Is that something we could do right now, or is this a we have to sit a while and think, give it a super invention time, think? If it's something we can defeat right now, let's defeat it right now before
Well, something just killed him. So there's an extra thing in there that's going on. If we can kill that or stop it, do we need to do
You know
that
what?
right now?
I'm just gonna stand in the doorway and just let her rip.
You're gonna flood it with radiation?
Maybe.
No, it's we're a little off kilter today, everybody, with out of character. So let's try to bring it back down to in character. No, it's fine.
Can I do a quick reason check to see if that might work, or what the ramifications would be?
Sure, yeah. You've got a working understanding of essentially the biological agent.
Green.
Okay. No.
Okay.
Would fire work to cleanse this?
What would do it?
You're not entirely certain as of yet, but you know it's biological. And that's how it passes. So your best guess right now is completely rid. Like, you're going to have to find a way to completely sterilize it somehow.
What could I use to sterilize it?
Possibly fire.
Or lightning?
No.
Plasma?
Doesn't Pulsar have fire?
I don't know. What does Pulsar have?
Fire.
Yeah, I can't remember if it's fire or plasma.
Fire generation, fire control is the powers that I have.
Okay. Pulsar, you're up.
All right.
Give it your best shot.
Am I just flooding this place with fire, or am I going to try and just kill the thing?
Just flood it.
Okay.
Flood it. We need to sterilize the area.
Okay.
And unfortunately, you will.
Okay. Everybody get behind me.
Can I scan black mass?
Yeah.
Are we in kind of like a fluid combat right now, Jerome?
We will be in a second.
Okay.
Yellow
Dale,
on black mass.
Okay, Dale, can I get you to roll your endurance?
Yeah. Okay, now endurance is actually...
Because I'd like to ask you if I could do something before I go and just flood this place with as much fire as I can muster.
Yellow feet.
Okay.
Wow, shit X.
Well, he's got some benefits because he beefed himself up. So,
yeah.
All right. So you are scanning him. Of course, he's scanning positive. It is
Great.
Rapidly moving through his system, but nowhere near at the speed that you've seen other samples do so. So whatever he is, whatever he's doing, or whatever's about him, it seems to be slower.
Black Mass, it looks like you're infected too, but it's not spreading quickly as on the humans. You should probably keep some distance.
Does this
While we
thing
think through
only
this.
get spread by bites? Is it airborne? Do you know anything about it?
I don't know yet.
Okay,
It
so
would
we
either have to be
gotta
by
stop all the people upstairs, downstairs, and then you've got to figure something out if you can.
Yeah.
It would have to be either airborne or by touch, considering the fact that these scientists more than likely did not sustain wounds and they were infected.
And also, if it spreads to plants and animals, I don't imagine biting would really get that far.
We're
Are you guys
surrounded
still
by a
talking?
rainforest.
Are you guys still talking on the Signet? Or are you just talking to each other?
Probably just talking out loud now.
Okay.
While
Well, I guess I forgot that you're not there. So yeah, we'd be on the crown.
Simultaneously broadcasting.
Yeah.
Okay.
Simulcast.
Simulcast.
And then
Yep.
Simulcasting.
Sean's gonna pipe up and say, "Scan each other."
while they're talking, I'm gonna take my parents' corpses. I'm gonna put them in front of me, right as because I can't. I was thinking, oh, we'll give them a burial, but I can't risk it. I can't risk them. I'll pull I'll try to pull like a hair sample or something from each of them for Lightbringer. But I'm just gonna set them in front of me, and then I'm just going
keep in mind, not to interrupt, but keep in mind, you guys got that one that's iced.
Oh yeah, that's true. Okay, well then, in that case, I'm gonna put my parents into the room, and I'm just going to just kind of just flood the whole thing. I'm just gonna incinerate them with it.
You kind of squeeze back through, put them in front of you, so they will get caught up in the essentially the exhaust of everything you're about ready to kick up and send into this facility, and then coming around the corner towards the security room through one of the doors, you just see this mass. Now, it seems to be coagulated human. Like it's just this fleshy mass that's kind of rolling and seething its way, down, and you can make out occasionally like a Senian uniform.
Okay, yeah, I open full vents and I just let loose all the anguish that I'm feeling.
Okay, so and right as you do that, like from nowhere, from the mass, just like a mouth forms, and you see that like it's formed teeth essentially out of some of the bones of its victims. So it's like this really jagged, gnarly looking thing, and you let it rip. So give me an endurance check.
Okay, I shout, my name is Isagani Batista. You will not hurt my family anymore. I blessed.
Okay. Give me an endurance check.
No, you need to say your name is Inigo Montoya. You killed my parents. Prepare to die.
I did.
You did.
Yeah, I said,
Just in a different way.
Yeah. I said, legally safe way.
And he probably has 6 fingers or more.
Yeah. I'm gonna spend a bunch of, or I'm gonna spend 21 karma so I can get at least a green feat on this.
Okay, that'll work.
Okay, is that right? Yeah. Well, I guess I could just spend 20. Yeah. Ooh, green feet, 34.
Green.
Good thing you spent it. So you just, at this point, the room starts getting incredibly hot as he starts pumping as much fire as he can into there. What is your power rank?
In fire generation?
Yep.
AM 50.
Okay. So get this pulled up here real quick.
Yeah. And I have fire control in IN 40, so
nice.
I could make it dance.
Dance, fire, dance.
AM
Dance,
50.
monster, dance.
Yeah,
And the
really
baby
wish I had-
says-
You know what? Hold on. I have a reroll. I'm going to use my reroll.
Why?
Because I was like, man, I didn't roll very well on the fire.
All you needed was this is to sustain it.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. Okay.
So just to let you guys know, the inside of a blast furnace is AM50.
Nice.
So he's essentially turning the remains of this laboratory into a superheated blast furnace. It's going to take a little bit, but like it just you hear nothing but the sound of these flames sucking up all the oxygen from behind you guys, and just torching everything that is essentially in here. Give me another endurance check.
You guys hear the sounds of cursing
And as he's doing that, as I notice that it's starting to get really friggin' hot, and I can do something about that locally. I just radiate cold from myself.
Oh, you should also pull the body back, the ice cube.
Right.
Maybe get him upstairs.
Okay. But I'm radiating enough cold from myself to at least make it reasonably bearable for us.
Sure.
I'm going to spend another 20.
That way, we're not going to be like standing in the furnace, kind of thing.
Yeah, I'm going to spend another 20 karma again to guarantee at least a green feat.
Okie doke.
I'm almost out of karma. Okay. Here we go. Come on. Oh my goodness. Why are my rolls so bad? I don't have an accent. Yeah, I got a green feat.
Okay. But you're able to keep it up. I mean, it's starting to get, like you can see, it's starting to glow because of the ambient temperature of what he is doing in there. While Shelly has stepped away, Davey, what are you guys doing?
Well, I was kind of hoping Shelly would electrocute both helicopters. I'll do like a perception check. What's going on around me? Do I see any other zombies?
Give me an intuition check.
All right. Let's see. Where is the danger coming from? Intuition, EX20. Green feet.
Okay. So as you're looking around, obviously away from the immediate vicinity, you can see the camp is in complete disarray. There's some gunfire happening. There's some guttural roars, people yelling, for help or whatnot. You can even hear what it sounds like somebody running to the forest.
Okay.
Oh crap.
Let's go after that person.
Sean?
Yeah, she is going to use her electrical generation so that she can overload the circuitry in the helicopters.
Okay. Then just give me a power feat check.
Okay. So it's an AM50, so you want me to... That's what I roll, right?
Rolling an AM50, yes.
Okay. Should I spend any karma, guys?
If you fail the first time, you can just try again. The helicopters don't fly themselves.
Okay,
Nice.
Okay, so first helicopter, you can see sparks, coming off of it, and smoke and whatnot. Is the entirety of the inside is fried.
Can I do the other one, or do I need to wait?
Yeah, you can go ahead and do the other one.
Okay.
Nice.
They are disabled.
Yeah, so same thing. Smoke kind of rising up out of it as you arc electricity in the wrong way and fry the systems.
And Red Arsenal's chasing the runaway.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Okay, since she doesn't know where he's going, she can't teleport to him. So through our little connection, because Lightbringer is the next in command, Lightbringer, the ones who are infected, do I have permission to kill, or do you want me to subdue them?
Subdue.
Okay.
Well,
She's
maybe there's
going-
something that we can do for them.
She will teleport back to the other camp to see what she can do there. But she, when they got there, were they able to see any like high point, like that she could teleport on top of, so she's like not on the ground?
There was the hill, no? It was like a mound that they were digging into, no? Or
But there
Yeah,
wasn't like
there is,
like,
but it's not like you can stand on top of it and get like a vantage point. It's not that big.
so there's like
Oh.
no big crates or anything she could teleport onto.
Nope. I mean, if you want to
Trees,
stand on,
maybe?
if you want to stand on top of the blades of the helicopter, you can. That's about the only elevated point that's there. But
Oh, there's another helicopter there. You know,
no,
she will.
there's just the two. I'm just mentioning that you didn't blow them up. You just fried their systems. It's just
Yeah, but
not
that's
very. It's just not very safe to stand on top of blades.
Right. Well, that was at the bottom base. She wants to go back up by the tunnels to the other camp.
Mhm.
So she'll
Well,
teleport.
there's
there.
not
That's
two
why I
camps,
was
it's
saying,
just
is
one
there
camp.
anything that?
I understand. I'm giving
Okay.
you the whole lay of the land as you understand it, not just the front
Okay.
of the thing. And there's nothing like you're asking for. That's why I
Okay.
said the only thing relative to what it is you're looking for is the helicopter, but it's not
helicopter, okay.
safe to stand on top of blades.
Okay. So, well, then she will teleport back to the other camp to see what.
There's only one
she can
camp.
do.
No.
Yeah. No, there was
Wait,
two.
Wasn't there? Oh, there's
Mhm.
two? Oh,
There was
okay.
one that had
I
the
missed it.
helicopters that she just took out.
Yep. That was essentially the landing zone.
Oh, okay. So it's not really two camps. It's like two different the landing area and then the entry.
Just refer
area.
to it as a camp because just keep
Yeah.
everything.
Okay.
You know.
So, and then she will, through the link, she will tell Red Arsenal she's going back, and she will let the other groups know that Red Arsenal ran off after
Yeah.
somebody.
Red Arsenal will come back in saying, "Look, somebody's running. I don't know if they're infected. I don't know what's going on. I'm gonna see if I can track them down."
Try to incapacitate them, but don't hurt them.
Understood.
Don't get bit.
Double understood.
All right. So, George, go ahead and roll for your endurance again. How long do you plan on keeping this up?
Until that thing in front of me is completely dead.
Okay, go ahead, roll. I mean, you can't even see it actively right now.
Okay. Well, then I'm just gonna keep blasting, or I'll kind of like call back to Lightbringer and be like, how much longer do I have to do this?
Is there a scientific threshold that I think would be appropriate?
Destruction of the biomass.
Do we hear that monster screaming right now in pain because it's being hit with like
Yes.
fire and stuff? Okay.
Mhm.
It's like keep torching it until you stop hearing the screams.
Right.
It needs to be reduced to ash. Otherwise, if there is any viable flesh left, then it would be potential for infection.
Okay. Come on, dice roller.
I do have biology, so I would understand that.
Yep.
Yeah, good.
I have only 5 karma left. I'm going to use this last bit. So
Okay.
I've got,
I mean,
Come
you
on, Dash.
can ask for.
Yeah,
Okay.
the team does have 500 group karma. What are you trying to reach here?
I want to keep hitting at least a green. But
Which would give
And what rank are you using?
I'm MN. So
MN. So then at least 20. So are we
20,
good,
yeah.
everybody, with him spending 20?
20.
Yeah, go for it.
all right. Thank you. I've only ever spent from my own personal thing. So
Welcome to
You're
the
a part of the
team.
team. Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
There we go. That's
There
what I was
you
looking
go.
for. 115 red feet.
Yep. So you just keep going at this point, probably fueled by your own anger by what has happened.
Oh, 100%.
But
Tears.
it's just
Yeah.
red hot intensity. Xenofreeze is helping to keep pretty much everybody behind the opening of the door from being completely fried. It's balmy, but nobody is like, getting burned or anything of that nature. It's given the fact that he's tampering some of the flame or the heat coming from it, it's about a summertime in Florida right now.
Ooh.
Okay.
In the entry room,
Yes.
Yeah.
right? Yeah. But downstream from him, it's like summertime in
It's
hell.
it's a blast furnace in Phoenix.
Yeah.
Okay, so Red Arsenal
Yes.
just running along. It's not hard to spot them. One guy is just running as fast as he can, just like hot foot and occasionally looking back to see, like, is the guy, the guy, the thing, still following him. And you can see it. It's very much like a scene out of Walking Dead. Like, he's trying to run as fast as he can, and this thing is just running like it has no limit to its endurance.
Okay.
So you could hear them, and it's not hard to find them.
All right. So let's target the zombie,
Okay.
and let's see if my mental blast does anything to zombies. IN 40. Yellow.
Okay. So laying it back, thoink. Psychic energy arrow ends up striking it right in the back. You sending zapping formations through it at that point, and it gets back up to its feet and now starts charging you.
Nice. Okay. Let's let her rip again, I guess. It looks like it worked, right? So
What is that, like what is that, like a psionic arrow or something?
Yeah,
like that,
yeah.
kind of? Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
So yeah, let's do it.
Do you have a bolo arrow?
I have the carbon rods, but I don't know if that would do. Let me try. Okay, if I wanted to roll the carbon rods, would it be agility?
Yeah, it's still agility.
Okay, let's roll agility.
It's going
then.
through your bow.
Agility.
Agility.
Say that
And
10
I
times
get
fast.
some column shifts, so agility is.
Oh, blue quiver.
Oh. Incredible.
Sounds like somebody who's sad and having a seizure.
Oh, you weren't here last time because Red Arsenal couldn't remember Pulsar's name.
Oh
and
my
so-
god, it was so bad.
Yeah, so I was like, "You got it, blue quiver." When I heard from him finally.
Yeah, I was in tears. Incredible 40. 1, 2. That takes me to monstrous. Okay. Here goes. Let her rip. Yellow feet.
Nice. So you draw back, thunk. You bean him quite sharply
Mm-hmm.
with a carbon rod.
Yes.
So essentially, imagine somebody loading up a pipe
Uh-huh.
into a bow for some reason. They see somebody running at them, and they just yank back in the cord, go flank on their compound bow, and that thing, which really isn't designed to fly like an arrow, is sailing right at them, and you just hear bang, like really loud as you connect it, in its head, and it hits the ground.
Nice. Okay. Can I roll like a reason check to see like is my mental blast as effective on these guys as a regular living opponent?
That's a great question. Go ahead and give me a reason check.
All right.
That's a reasonable use of your deductive skills.
Wait, so is a
sorry.
carbon rod not an arrow?
Right.
So it's just like pipes?
That's why I use that analogy. which
Oh, yeah.
oddly enough, Green Arrow actually does in the Justice League Unlimited cartoon. First episode of the season.
Oh, interesting.
Got a
Is it-
green feet.
Okay. It's hard to tell,
Okay.
but it is clear that they're not immune to your mind. Basically, your channeled mind blast,
Okay. All right.
which is good.
Yeah, definitely. Okay. He's gonna yell out after the guy, like, "Hey, stop! I got him! And like,
So he's panting at this point,
yeah.
and he's like starts looking around, comes walking back, and he's like, I don't understand, like what happened.
There's something dangerous down there. I think you guys got all infected. You need to quarantine yourself and stay safe. Can I have Shown like teleport us back?
Shown would have to appear there and then teleport back because she can't just grab somebody she hasn't seen.
Okay.
So roll your intuition.
Yeah, I'm struggling to think of where would be a good place to put this guy. And I'm not quite sure. EX. Oof.
In the Pulsar BBQ.
Yeah. I got a wifey. Let's take a look if I got
Pulsar BQ.
any re-rolls. I think I do.
That'd be a PBQ. Yeah.
Where are you?
I'm right here. Where are you?
Now, I wish Pulsar was Australian, so I could have made a shrimp on the Barbie joke.
Okay, Brittany gave me one back
No.
in February, so
Okay,
I'm gonna
if
go
it's
ahead.
back
and
in February, you can
re-roll
use that. You cannot use the ones you just got now. So
that. All right.
I hadn't given it to him yet.
Yellow feet.
okay.
Yeah. Where would be a good place to put this guy?
But now you still have one that she gave you just now.
So
Ooh, thank you.
So you're mulling this over at this point, and he's kind of buckled over, because he was been sprinting this whole way and trying to get his breath. And then you, for a faint second, you think you hear something else in the Amazon jungle.
Mhm.
And then in an instant, you end up seeing some sort of round take that guy's head and turn it into a canoe.
Whoa!
And then like two end up striking the one that was on the ground. Just
Okay. Whoa. Perception? Where is this round coming from? Where are the shots coming from?
The first one, because you were kind of looking around and thinking, the first one came from behind him, so it would have been like somewhere facing you,
Okay.
in a direction, maybe off to your left, front facing somewhere. The second one came from your left, but if it was the same person, they moved. If it's somebody else, then they're probably at a different arc, but
Okay.
it's still off to your left.
He'll go on to the Crown Network. Guys, there's somebody else here. The guy that I saved and the zombie that was after him both got shot in the head. I'm coming back to your location, Sean. And he's gonna. There's nothing else he can do here. They're both down. Run back to the camp.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Pulsar, at this point, by the time you're finally exhausted, you've actually kept this blast furnace up for 20 total minutes.
Hoo-hoo! Surface of the sun.
And when you there's no way any of you are going in there anytime soon, even with the help of Xenofreeze trying to cool it down, because that could cause even more damage. But all you see is like this irradiated fire, hellscape on the inside that's just glowing. Oddly enough, most of the machinery down here is completely unaffected.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Because it's because it's
Dexamite.
Revixium.
Druvixium,
What if it's
yeah.
the equipment that has the virus?
We're
Then-
doomed.
Then it's cleaned.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think anything.
Disinfect those
Yeah, I think.
So
everything's-
at this point, we are
computers.
effectively out of combat.
okay.
Xenofreeze is still going to continue radiating his wintry wonderland because it's still super hot around here, and
Are
it's
there
going to be
still-
for some time.
Are there still people alive at the camp when she returns?
When you get back, there were
But they're all dead now.
to some degree dead or dying. Yes.
Guys,
How so?
there's no survivors up here.
What?
Did they all eat each other?
They're dead and dying.
How?
And that
Bite
is-
wounds or-
and that's going to be a minus 200 to your karma pool.
What?
My karma pool?
What?
What?
You don't have a karma pool. The team has a karma pool.
Why is that going to be? Why? I didn't kill him.
Wait, for allowing people to die?
We didn't allow
Under-
it. Nobody
under-
asked us.
Guys, it's in the rules. If you want to
did,
debate
yeah.
it, please go right on ahead and look at that. But I'm not going to pause game to rehash that,
Right.
unfortunately.
Yeah,
I mean,
we
to
didn't,
sound harsh
didn't
about
do
it.
enough to stop him.
It's well,
Wait.
I mean, even if you didn't do necessarily enough to stop them, if something like that happens in the area, you take the hit.
Can I scan each of us down here to check if anybody else is infected?
Absolutely.
Do you want me to roll like 5 times or whatever?
Just roll once.
I don't breathe.
So as I walk around the dead and dying,
Luckily,
the dying
hopefully.
do they look infected or are they just regular themselves?
The ones that there are some that do, yes, because they're ones that inflicted. Basically, it was what ended up happening. Because a lot of them were just trying to bite or gnash or whatnot. That's not an instant kill, unless you get them in the right spot. So so much like The Walking Dead, like their victims are still going to be able to fight some, and if they've got weapons, they may take them out with them. So that's kind of what happened.
Okay.
Yellow.
Okay, so you start taking a moment to scan everybody that's down there, with the exception of Black Mass. Everybody except Pulsar appears to be free.
Pulsar is not.
Yeah,
Right.
he was touching the bodies.
He was hugging his parents.
Yeah.
Even through my suit, it still gets through.
Insert
It's-
Revelation music.
It's
Dun, dun.
it's partly magical in nature, if I remember from way back in the day. So
Ooh,
Okay.
Davey with the asterisk pointing to which issue that particular
yeah.
thing happened.
Yeah.
You're right. Yeah, the note.
You two sit tight, okay?
Yeah, I don't
I
feel
need
like
to
going.
do some more scans.
I don't feel like going anywhere anyway. It was kind
Top
of.
side. Okay.
This thing works fast. You need to work fast too.
I'll do my best. Xenofreeze, come
Yes.
up with me.
Yes, I will
Let's
assist you in
go
as much
assess.
capacity as I can.
I need a whiteboard.
Do we need to bring up the body that is encased in ice?
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay.
Keep it.
Then I
separate,
will
though.
keep it encased in ice, but basically what I'm going to do is I'm just going to make a pillar and I'll just raise it up. So that way none of us has to lift anything.
Okay. So I'm gonna go topside and find my siblings and scan them also.
Okay.
Do you want me to roll again?
No. We'll just treat it for what you did before.
Yeah.
Shown
would-
and Red Arsenal appear to be free.
Yeah.
Okay.
Joan is offering water to the dying. I mean, that's about all she can really do.
Okay.
Don't
guys, there's a
touch
sniper.
them.
There's a sniper here. I don't know if he's on our side or
Shown, give me an endurance check.
Okay.
Oh no.
Yeah, you guys didn't say don't touch.
Did okay.
You guys didn't say don't touch.
I mean, infection.
Shown as a hands-on person. You've got to be literal.
You're right.
Yeah.
Well, the fact is, they're dying, and she's going to try and do what she can to ease their suffering until
Sure.
they're gone.
What'd you get?
Well, rock and roll. You're
Red.
Cool. Okie doke.
Divine physiology for the win.
yeah.
Jerome, can I ask Compass? I'm going to ask Compass, can you detect the infection that's running through us right now?
Scanning. I can detect the infection within you. It's with outside my purview to scan other individuals.
All right. Is there anything you can do to stop it?
Negative. I do not have any working knowledge of this particular wasting plague, outside of rumors and innuendo that the media has attempted to squash.
Right.
The media.
Are you making a joke?
What media?
No, I would not make a joke
The
at such time.
The Dexamite media.
Okay. Do you know if there's a... Can you at least slow it down within me so that way I can do something to stop this?
Negative. That is not within my purview of the powers that you have been given.
Do you know how much time I have left?
I will attempt to scan and map.
All right. I'll just kind of sit there and just think.
So then Compass comes back and says, so long as you remain in your armored form and you do not exit it, you should be, the progression looks like it will take its hold within an hour.
All right.
Where's my whiteboard?
I'm gonna let everybody know through the Compass network, guys. Or through the side network.
Mm-hmm.
Crown, yeah.
The Crown. Compass gives me an hour before I'm dead.
Before
Who's
you're
Compass?
dead?
The disease is gonna kill me in an hour.
Lightbringer's gonna swear over the network.
Lightbringer, you got 55 minutes then.
Yes, just get that big brain of yours going. What can I do to help?
Don't touch anyone. Don't breathe on them.
Stop kissing them.
Too late. I was assisting the dying.
Oh gosh.
Would it be better
Stop doing that.
Would it be better to go back to the ship?
I shouldn't get on that ship.
We may need the equipment there.
I do have I would have. Would I have the ability to quarantine a room, considering it's a biologic? Well, is this my ship?
Yeah, it's your ship. It's
Okay.
not a room per se, but it does have a clean room, which you could double up for that to keep somebody in.
Okay, because I mean, it was a research vessel
Yep.
for biological. So
yeah, why don't we put the guy in there, and maybe the siblings that are infected?
Yeah.
yes.
Are you going to scan me?
Yeah, I'm gonna scan Sean.
Okay, go ahead and roll.
Red.
Okay, she is infected.
Yep. Okay. Those of you who are infected, we're gonna put you in the clean room in the ship.
I can
while we do some research.
I can teleport us
Yes,
there.
Shion. And I'll explain which room it is. She's familiar with. You need to take you and the others, including the body under ice, to the clean room.
Please try
Keep
not
the
to
door
eat each other.
Please keep the door shut. The ice will maintain on this individual.
Are you sure that there is a way to come back from this once the infection takes control?
I have no idea, but I don't want to lose you, so...
Well, I'm concerned that when this guy thaws out, I'm going to be faced with, do I kill him?
We're all going to be there in the same room, right? There's several of us. We can stop him again.
Yeah.
The ice will maintain itself for quite some time.
Okay, well, guys, come up topside, and I will teleport us to the ship.
Yeah, we're already up now.
I'm gonna double check with Compass. Compass, I have 1 hour until I lose control.
I do not know what the end result will be. All I know is this particular pathogen will reach its terminus within an hour.
Compass, can you do me a favor?
Of course, champion.
If I can't be saved, I need you to incinerate me, destroy me. Don't let this get out.
I will endeavor to do what I can.
Because I don't know if part of me just wants to fly up into space and just open up the suit and just go back to the stars. But I don't know.
So Black Mass seeing Pulsar just kind of huffing around, because I'm assuming you're talking to Compass like in your head. You're not like verbalizing this. Yeah, so he sees you just kind of like bumbling about, and he walks up and he's like, "We've got to go, man. Sorry about everything you've lost here. Don't give up. You got a smart team here. We can do this."
They've got 1 hour before I'm done.
Let's spend that hour right.
I'll be right back.
The last thing I need is whatever this, for me to turn into one of those things while I'm at the wheel of the most powerful thing I've ever seen. I can't let this, I can't become uncontrollable while holding the powers of this armor.
Have faith. Have faith in your team. They can do this. You're not alone. It won't take you. These guys weren't lucky, but they didn't have the legacy, right? You do.
So he's right. If anybody can figure it out, it's Lightbringer.
Right about now, she could really use Hyperion.
Yeah.
I was just thinking that this is a really bad time for our brother to go take a vacation.
Yeah, I'll
vacation. That's what it is.
I'll turn to Black Mass and I says, I guess regardless of the outcome, I guess I'll be with my family. He'll get up and he'll fly out the top.
Okay.
Once everybody is there that needs to be quarantined, she will teleport them into the clean room.
So everybody is in the clean room at this point. Block of ice, individual trapped down still. Lightbringer.
Okay, so I'm going to take the readings and start charting things out to see if I can isolate what's happening. And I'm going to activate the big brain.
Okay.
And however I can get Sion to help assist, then I don't know if I can factor him in somewhere.
Well, that may be a problem. I think your reason is too high for his.
Okay.
It has to be within one rank of another. You can role play it, obviously, but the benefit of it is just.
I can for sure have him assist in the lab when we try and synthesize stuff.
Sure, as an extra set of hands or something.
Yeah. Okay, so here we go.
Well, once she explains something to me, then I would be like, "Oh, okay," at least to some degree.
Yeah.
Okay, yellow feet on big brain.
Okay. Well, thankfully, you've already done a bunch of precursory work when you last had your visitor to try and come up with something usable. And last you left off with that, you were reasonably certain that you had a reverse engineer cure for the sample that you had.
Oh.
Whether or not you could synthesize it, well, You haven't gone that far. What your big brain
Yeah.
determines, however, this is the same strain. It was locked up all that time. It may not work against anything that may be
In the
coming,
future.
but you've got
Evolved.
something that's within about like 98% match of the strain that did the dexamites in.
Okay, so what can we make with the lab, and or if I can call on somebody from New Prussia for reinforcement supplies? I need whatever equipment I can do now.
You're going to need to place that call in.
We need to see about having them bring it over as soon as possible to this location, so that way we do not take the chance of
Lightbringer.
letting anybody
It
else
is
be exposed.
probably going to be beneficial and safer to have the bodies there destroyed. So if somebody that has that ability can come from New
Do
Prussia
some
as well.
cleanup.
Yes.
Okay.
Tell them to wear biohazard suits if necessary.
I mean, I could also have done that before we left. I could take the bodies down into the the lab area. And
let's not get back
Oh.
get into a we did this backup sort of thing. We have to go forward from this point. So
the whole area needs to be sanitized because you said even the animals and the plants
we're gonna
are
have
affected. So the ground
make
that
a-
they're laying
make a
on
crater.
is and the trees and the animals in that area, they're all going to have to go.
So just
So
just letting you know, while you're setting that up, Lightbringer, privately, Red Arsenal, you hear a voice from behind you that you didn't even know was there, which is scary enough because you're in a jungle.
Right. Oh, we lost Brittany.
Oh, I'm still here.
Oh,
No, you did something with your camera.
yeah.
I did.
Yep.
A big camera
Oh,
symbol with a line through it.
that's weird. Okay.
Yeah.
So
he'll turn around and he'll be like, "The hell?"
So you turn around and you're staring at a barrel, like it's like right in the middle of your eyebrow.
Oh.
And he says, "Kid, I don't know what you're doing, but you might want to go."
Is this on the ship?
No, you're
You're
standing outside.
Dirty Harry?
Guys, keep it in character.
Sorry.
Okay. This is a biological hazard. We can't just get up and go.
You ever been at the center of a nuclear blast?
Okay. All right, guys. And he'll get on comms. Guys, we need to take off. There's going to be a nuclear explosion here in a little bit.
How do you know that?
I'm talking to
Like, as soon as you look, he's gone. Like
okay.
he is just not there.
Well, the sniper that killed the zombie and the dude just said that there's going to be a nuclear warhead coming this way. So
then we need to go.
We need out.
How far can this ship fly? I mean, we're all just in the ship, right?
Shortly.
Well, they're not. But if I go back to get them, they have to touch me in order to.
They can come to the ship. They just need to hurry. We are close enough to them.
Yeah, that's not a. I thought we were all. Okay, no. Okay, so
I mean, everyone get on the ship and let's fly out of here, right?
Okay, so Shone, Pulsar, and Black Mass teleported to the ship.
Yes, they're
into
already
the clean room.
They're already inside
into the clean room.
Yes.
So then Xenofreeze and Lightbringer are also at the ship?
Yes, because we're in the lab already.
Okay.
We're trying to do stuff.
Okay, so then I would also be there at the ship. So yeah.
Just get on the ship.
Yeah, he's going to get on the ship and we're going to take off.
Okay. So at this point, everybody is on board the ship.
Yep.
So then Xenofreeze have to pilot.
Yep.
Okay. So go ahead and make your agility check to pilot. Do you have a pilot spacecraft?
I have, spacecraft.
Yep.
So I have plus one column shift. So I'm using agility.
Agility. So plus one from whatever your agility is.
Oh, get back over here. Come on. Where's my? There we go. And I have agility of RM, so that makes it a
IN.
IN, which I need at least a 30.
Would it be possible to put us up above the stratosphere so that we can confirm?
Well, I need to pilot it first. So, can we spend 30? Does anybody want to have any arguments of us spending 30? So at least get a green feet.
That's fine. Go for it.
Okay, so roll IN plus 30.
Well, we got it.
Yep.
Yellow.
Cool.
Extreme prejudice.
Yep. So Xenofreeze hops back on the controls at this point and immediately rips the column, starts sending it straight up into the stratosphere at this point. The downside is Lightbringer can't work under those circumstances. She's gonna have to wait till he stops. Let's see. That's a good
What did
question.
I miss?
We all got
We went into space.
Yeah, Sean suggested they go up into the stratosphere so that they can confirm that there's been an explosion that'll wipe out the area that is infected.
The sniper put the barrel to Red Arsenal's head and was like, "You need to go." It's yeah.
So
bada bing,
it's going to take you about, from where you're at, it's going to take you about 5 minutes. So keep that in mind. But yeah, way up. And just below you, far, far, far away on that ice ball you call Earth, you see a little.
Nope. Oh no. So
You can see my house from here.
So Lightbringer, it's still up to you.
Yeah, so I would have placed a call to Jurgen and just said, hey, we got that plague issue going on. This is what I need. Can you get it to my location stat?
Okay.
And
let me give them a roll because you guys are no longer on the ground. You're basically in space.
Mhm.
Not impossible, just more difficult.
Do you think it would be wise that we stay here until we figure this out?
yeah, probably.
Don't
Okay.
touch back down on Earth.
So at that point, Cynet confirms your emergency. They will have everything loaded within the next 10 minutes. Be expecting the incoming transmission.
Roger that. Okay, so I've got clear charts of what we need, and everybody.
I'll be right back. One sec.
Everybody knows what we need to do. Everybody being Ixion.
I also know what you need to do. Yeah.
Does anybody? I mean, while we're waiting, I should probably stay focused. But anybody know what that sniper was about?
No.
We got Heat Phantom on the boat, right?
Yes.
I open it up to the channels and I say, I have faith in my sister and her abilities. However, I think that we need to have a contingency plan. If we were to fail, then we cannot allow this ship to crash back down on the planet.
My contingency plan.
We would have to sacrifice ourselves.
Agreed.
You don't have to sacrifice.
I will set a contingency plan.
Wait,
in
the
the
base.
ship.
We can't go back. We can't
No,
go
no,
back.
no. The moon base that Jurgen built. Maybe
Isn't
we
there
could
people-
go there.
There's people there.
Oh, well.
You don't have to sacrifice everybody. You just I've already made my own
Well, if
contingency.
this goes poorly, then we're probably none of us going to be spared.
I
Yeah.
in the event that we are all infected and cannot communicate, I will instruct the ship to autopilot into the sun.
Better not to suffer.
Agreed.
Makes sense.
Okay.
That way, the sun's heat and radiation will eliminate any chance of any contagion spreading.
I agree.
Yeah,
Do it.
probably wise.
I
All right.
do not say this lightly.
I've already made peace with that. My suit is already going to. If I cannot be
Okay.
in control of this suit and lose my mind.
Can I send?
Sounds like we are on the same page then.
Yes.
Can I send images through Crown Network?
No, it's only for telepathy.
Only telepathy. Okay. All right.
So Jerome, so you're just catching up. Xenofreeze said over the crown that
We're gonna self-destruct the ship.
we in the event that we fail, I'm going to have a contingency plan to have the ship autopilot into the sun.
Wow.
That should
Yeah.
give us 2 million karma back.
To
That
dead
we
characters.
will not have
Absolutely.
any chance to spend.
Jokes on us.
At least we got it back.
Jokes on us. We infect the sun. The sun becomes a monster.
Yeah, the sun. The sun
No.
radiates the.
Sun monster, like in Mario 3.
Yes.
Oh, no.
Yeah. It's all of a sudden it's like
But yeah, that's
So is there anything else we can do while we're sitting here? Lightbringer, do you need anything?
Jerome, is there anything that anyone else here can do?
Do you need
You're
blood samples?
in uncharted territory right now.
With blood?
You have the working understanding of what went behind whatever the heck this is. An early version, obviously, which it looks like you're actively dealing with, but you've never tested it on anything. You've never actually created the serum
The
or the
antidote.
antivirus or whatever. All of this is still uncharted territory, so you have really no idea what anybody could provide, if anything.
Would blood samples from one of us and the infected gentleman here help you?
Well, I suppose.
If you can
Put some
you've scanned us
needles
already,
through the
right?
door. Yeah, I mean,
yeah, if you will pass the syringes over, I will attempt to draw my own blood.
I don't know if it's safe for us to do that.
Do you need that from us, Lightbringer? Yes or no?
So
Would the
consider
scale
before
be
you answer,
sufficient, Jerome?
Lightbringer. Before you answer, think about your time scale. You're effectively asking to run on 4 different people, and you're already down to about 45 minutes left.
So whatever they can do themselves would be easier,
No, I think he's saying, is that going to be helpful?
or that we don't want to waste time.
I'm saying you may not have time to do it.
Oh, okay.
Because you have to still attempt to synthesize the cure for 3 people at least. Everything is coming down to minutes right now.
Well,
Do you-
I mean, if we are not doing anything at the immediate time, but also I don't want to open an avenue for the pathogen to get out. So opening the clean room would be unwise anyway,
Correct.
unless there's like a containment room between our side and their side.
Doesn't typically exist for clean rooms.
Yeah, not for clean rooms, no.
Just for airlocks.
True.
Okay, I'm just gonna tell them to sit tight.
There's usually
If
just
if they could
negative
document
pressure
their
in
symptoms, that could be useful for science. But I don't know that they're feeling anything.
Okay, so at that 45-minute mark, like right on the center table, like if you guys remember the map, there's a table where the chairs, you guys could all have like a small conference or whatnot. You see that the materials that you needed, that you specified, all appear on there.
Okay, let's get to work.
What do you need? The ship is in autopilot right now. I have it set to orbit the Earth at this point
So
with a time limit.
we've got a formula on the whiteboard. I imagine you know what each of these things is. Let's just make it.
Okay, so you are putting together essentially what you feel is the antivirus.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're just going to put that together. So I need both of you to roll your reason checks.
Can I put big brain on it?
If you want to use big brain again, you sure can.
Okay.
Don't roll
just
a 1.
Column sheet down, or one column shift down. Don't roll 1.
That's the only way you fail. I mean, when you're using the big brain, even after you've used it a couple times.
That is true. Okay.
Okay, collectively, like with alien studies, I have +1 to healing and +1 column shift to healing an alien, right? Because this is effective that way, and also with my genetics and the animal behavior biology, which my animal behavior is specifically to basically others.
Those talents don't all combine like that.
Well, I know, I'm just saying, but collectively, would I just still be able to get that 1 column shift?
Yeah. With genetics, so, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay.
It's genetics, Pee-wee.
Green for me.
Okay.
And I have. And you said
1 column shift for your reason.
To reason. Oh,
yep.
So RM is IN, right?
Yep.
Green.
Yes. Okay. So, you both got green results. It has taken you 10 minutes since you're both working at the same time. You've, Lightbringer, come up with 1. Xenofreeze has come up with 1. You have followed.
Who wants to go first?
You followed the, not the pathogen, but you followed the chemical compound and breakdown exactly as Lightbringer had put it together. So you think this should be doable.
Do Black Mass and Pulsar first, because they were infected sooner than I was.
You two should take it. I can. Black Mass was bitten, so
I'll take it.
Yeah.
It takes you too long to make a decision. I'll take it first.
Pulsar, go.
I will enter the room. I can encase myself hopefully with a slight layer of ice, and because I do not breathe, I will hopefully be a little bit more resilient to it than you would be, Lightbringer.
And while he's doing that, I'm gonna get to work on the third.
Okay.
Okay, so I go in. I'll walk in real quick and administer.
So you've got so who's going first?
Black
Black
mass.
mass.
It was
Okay,
like
black
black
mass.
mass.
Have you maintained your mass, or have you let it down?
If he's about to hit me, is it like in a syringe?
Oh yeah.
Okay, so when he's coming at me with a syringe, he'll then drop his density manipulation where he's
Like-
normal again.
Okay.
Right here, drop it. Yeah.
Roll your endurance again.
Okay.
Spend karma.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, he does have some of his own to spend. I can do that.
He does, and you also have a reroll for him.
That's
Mhm.
right. You know what? Yeah, I'll go ahead and spend 20 of his.
Oh no, Jerome got it too.
I know.
Yellow
Maybe
feet.
Jerome should go first.
Okay. So you drop out of your increased mass, which of course drops your endurance and strength.
Yep.
And immediately you feel sick. Which, scientific purposes, it's clear that superhuman level of endurance that you have
Yeah.
was holding it at bay. When that happens, it was like a gut punch. It's like
Right.
something is clearly wrong now.
All right, inject me quick, Doc.
Done.
Okay.
Oh.
George? Or Pulsar, I should say.
Do Pulsar next.
I can.
No, I insist.
I can handle it, but fine.
No.
Pulsar, you are human.
Yeah.
Shone is not.
Yeah, the
Just
He
suit-
has a
do
better
it.
chance.
Yeah.
Stop arguing. Just do it.
All right, go ahead, jab me.
You'll have to remove your armor.
Yeah, I'll drop the armor.
Okay. Roll your normal endurance.
What's my normal endurance?
Well, it's outside the armor.
Do I do I have stats out that's different from the suit?
Well, technically you should. If you're dropping all of that down, you would be TY6.
Okay.
Oh.
So, yeah.
Straight down the board.
Do you want some karma?
Yeah, karma.
Yeah.
Pleased to be using karma.
Yes, please.
So I
Yes.
need at least a 50 to get a green feat.
Yes.
Yep, please.
Can do
You
it.
can do that. Go for it.
So I wanted to go last. My suit could handle it. All right, so TY plus 50.
Red feet.
All right, 146.
Okay.
Red feet.
Wow.
Karma well
Wow.
spent.
So now you feel like what exactly Compass was telling you. Like as soon as you come out of that, you almost drop to your knees at this point, as everything is rapidly catching up. And then doink, sticks you, and I guess we have to wait. So Lightbringer, you were already making the second one.
Yep.
Did you roll?
Third. Oh. Should I continue to use Big Brain?
Well, it's on. It's going to be down one column shift either way. You might as well.
Okay.
So that puts you at
Yellow. Shift. I'm at Shift C right now.
yeah. So just don't roll a 3. You're under a 3.
Right.
Oh darn!
Don't
Wow.
Hey.
don't overestimate.
I
me
know, I
by
know, I know,
dice
I know.
rolling.
Yeah, dice rollers have. Yeah.
All right. So you get it done. Another 10 minutes later, you've got one for Shone.
Hey, I'll hand it to Ixion.
So I open the door.
Okay.
What about him?
And then I'll
What about
I'll
him?
start. Oh,
The one in
Ixion?
ice.
Oh, that guy.
He can wait.
Well,
He can wait.
first
He can
I'm
be
going to
last.
start scanning. I'll scan Black Mass.
Okay.
Well, can I do it because I say may
Oh,
I
sure.
may I do
Yeah,
it?
go ahead.
May I do it? And I can give you
course.
I can read it, but I can give you the information, and then that way you can discern since you're
Okay.
a little bit more familiar.
Okay.
And so take the scanner, and then
Reason check.
for me,
Plus,
It
plus
gives you,
one column
it gives
shift
you a
for
plus
the
1. Yep.
scanner.
For using the device.
okay. Reason. So RM30, so it's going to IN. Yellow.
Okay.
Sweet.
So
Okey-dokey.
you're reading the results at this point.
Yep.
It's still processing. You do not see a progression in the virus at this point.
Black Mass, how do you feel?
The virus has stabilized. It is not gone, but it has been halted in its progression.
Yeah, I'm not feeling worse, but not better. Still pretty bad. You know how long this stuff takes to kick in?
No.
You're the first. I'm gonna get to work on another dose.
All right.
Yeah, I'm gonna put my suit back on.
Okay. I assumed you did.
Okay.
So at the rate you're going, Lightbringer, you have enough for 6 more.
Okay.
Potentially.
If I have to change the formula, I don't want to make the other ones yet, but I'll
Right.
at least get the one started.
So is Sean being injected?
Yeah, she
Yeah.
got injected.
Stone already was.
Okay, just making
Yeah.
sure.
All 3 of the team has been. The only one that has not has been Iceman.
Okay, and Lightbringer, you're still making stuff?
Yeah, just the 4th dose for the ice guy, just in case.
Okay. Make another
If
reason
this
check.
works, then it'll be ready to go.
If you're going to use your big brain, you're obviously down a column shift. Otherwise, roll your reason.
Shift X. Oh,
Oh, that's
Wow.
a red.
Shift Y. Oh,
Okay.
88.
Nice.
Nice. Red. Yeah.
Okay, so another 10 minutes go, and at this point, time's almost completely up. So let's see, we had 45 minutes. You started making it. First 2 were 10 minutes in, put you at 35 minutes. Second one for Sean put you at 25 minutes. You made the 4th one, and now put you at 15.
How are we doing? We're almost out of time.
They look sick.
I'm
So-
back.
Can you
Xenofreeze, why
scan
don't you
him
go
again?
ahead and, I was going to say, Xenofreeze, you're going to want to scan him again.
Scan again then.
Okay, roll your reason, +1 column shift.
Can I ask Compass to take a look at me? Like, Compass, can you tell if this is working?
Wow.
Red. So do I have to roll individually for everybody?
Nah,
Or-
I'm not
So
going to do
red
that.
feet then.
Yeah,
Okay. Red feet.
Ooh, nice.
So Xenofreeze is taking a scan, and he's going over Sean and Black Mass. He'll eventually get to you, and the Compass comes back and says, I am detecting a regression.
I'll
Are you choosing to still commit suicide?
if it gets to the point where it comes back and I'm taken over, I want you to destroy me. But if I'm getting better and it looks like I'll recover, we can hold back on that.
Are you referring to a bout of herpes?
What? Wait, are you telling me I have herpes?
Well, that is what you were comparing it to. We do not
No.
know the long-term
Space
effects of
herpes.
this.
That's what killed the Dexamize was herpes. No, it's if this continues, if this leaves my system, if this does cure me, then there's no need for me to immolate myself. The
Very
immolation
well,
was
then I will continue to monitor your progress.
yeah. If it gets to a point where I become completely consumed by this and I become a danger, I don't want it to have control of this suit.
Understood.
Yeah, that was the thing, and I'll let everybody else know. Compass says that it can tell the virus is regressing.
Which
Nice.
Xenofreeze can back that up by the scans that he just took.
Okay. What of Black Mass and Shone?
No, that's supported by what you. That's why I just said you.
So
you've already
collectively,
scanned it, right?
all 3 of them are regressing.
Yeah.
I need that dose to give the human.
I will hand it over
Okay.
and start making more. I'll go ahead and make the rest of it.
Okay. Then I will manipulate the ice away from him and
Stick him.
try to
Does-
stick him and see what happens.
Okay, go ahead and roll your
Before-
fighting.
Oh, does he immediately like? I mean,
Yeah.
he's still.
Am I?
He's still there. That's right. He was the one that was fully infected, huh?
Am I
Oh,
good
yeah.
enough to? Am I strong enough to help like restrain this guy? Can I like as the ice
Yeah.
is like leaving his head? I'm gonna grab
Sure.
onto his forehead and kind of hold it in place.
Yeah, give me a fighting
and
check.
bite him.
Okay, gently. Okay. Am I rolling fighting or as
Yes, you're
Xenofreeze?
rolling fighting.
Okay. Gently. Green feet.
Okay, and here goes nothing. White.
Okay. Well, you miss. He's writhing around, but you'll be able to get another shot at him because Pulsar,
Okay.
has him back down and forced into the ground.
Get him in like a freaking full Nelson or something like that. He's like, you ain't
Uh,
biting nobody.
You want to roll again, Xenofreeze?
Do I get a plus then if he's being restrained?
No, it just means it's easier for you to hit. So
Oh, okay.
he can't dodge, he can't evade. So a green result gets it.
What would that be?
That would be at least a 46.
46.
So 45 karma.
Do we want to like throw something at it? I don't know if we want to or not, but
How about 25 karma?
okay, so plus 25.
Yeah, that sounds good.
How about $50? Sorry.
Do a white feet.
Wow. Shoot.
I rolled a 3.
Oh,
Oh.
I effectively rolled a 3, so I got a 28.
Yeah.
So I'm like,
So he's thrashing
gosh.
around at this point. He's trying to get like an arm or something, and it's just he's strong enough that it's almost like rubber. Like it's really hard. Like especially like a dog, for example, like a bigger dog when you're trying to hold him down, or even a cat. How they just manage to writhe the right way, or it offshoots the way it is. Pulsar still got him down. He's not going anywhere, but it's painfully hard to get him stuck with this antivirus that Xenofreeze has his hand.
Could you like refreeze him like up to just like his head and shoulder? That way he can't move.
yes, I can try that.
Roll your agility.
I mean, I can continue to hold him, but yeah, he keeps wriggling.
Green.
Okay, you are good. So you do
So-
exactly that.
All right. Yeah. Now, sucker. Now I'll stick him.
I'll continue to like hold his head to the side so that way he's
Sure.
got a cleared shot at the jug.
So go ahead, give yourself a +1 column shift to stick. So your fighting is up 1 column shift.
So good turns to
EX.
Excellent.
EX. Okay.
You can do it.
Green.
There you go.
Finally.
There you go. So that's what it took. Take away his ability to writhe and stick,
Yeah. Icy hot for
Inject.
the win.
and then he was writhing for a second and then just stops.
So then he's like, after I inject him.
But no,
Okay.
he stops.
Can
So you
Is
might
he-
want to scan him now, see what's going
Yeah.
on with him.
I'll kind of pull his head up and kind of see, does he look like his face is slack or
Yeah, complete slack.
Does he have a pulse?
Find out when you
Pulsar,
scan.
does Pulsar have medicine?
I can talk to plants.
Well, my
Good enough.
well for my scan again, I'm getting used to this thing. It's a red feet.
Okay, cool.
Nice.
There's no life signs whatsoever.
Oh,
There's no life signs whatsoever.
None.
Oh, yeah,
His body.
it was
Couldn't-
too much.
His
It
body
There's
seems
no
that
coming
once-
back from
once-
this.
Once it takes hold, then
Does he have those heart paddles?
Defibrillator.
Defibrillator?
Yeah,
Yeah, something equivalent
Can we
to
try
it.
that?
Well, you have
Well,
a living defibrillator right there.
Hold on a second though. Like with that reading, can you tell what does his like cellular structure look like? What if this thing is like shredded him completely on inside? Like he was moving like weirdly. Like what if his whole system is just completely destroyed?
You mean like he's been taken over by spores?
Well, I mean, whatever this did to him, like if you can scan him again, like look to see what his like, what are his tissues like, what is his skeletal system like, all of that stuff.
Well, I
Like,
mean, I scanned him and I got. I mean, does it show anything about that? I mean, is this thing scanning? Does this thing scan for? Is it capable of scanning for that? I mean, is that part of the? Yeah. So I mean, what does it read for that then?
I mean, skeletal structure and everything, it still matches and whatnot. The scan comes back like the brain had already significantly shrunk. The nervous system is like completely shot
Right.
and deadened on the ends.
so even if we were to revive his heart, the brain is dead.
Is there any signs of living
Virus.
infection virus?
No.
Okay, so it seems that the inoculation has killed the virus, but unfortunately has also killed the host. It seems that the body is safe to be exposed to at this point from this initial scan. There are no live viruses within the host.
What about this room, though, that we're in?
The room can be purged.
So are we all good then? We're all cured or whatever?
I don't know how uncomfortable it's going to make the rest of you, but our clothing and everything needs to be purged. Can it be purged with us in it, or do we have to be outside of the clean room?
I would say that I'm sure we have something on the ship that
Yeah, do you
you
have like
can
a
change into.
decontamination station?
No. He's got an incinerator, though.
Yeah. And it'd probably be in this clean room, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Or in this room because of the status of it. Like, hey, I don't want to be like walking through the ship with something that's going to expose everything.
Yep.
So this is what Shone is going to do. Shone is going to start peeling off her uniform, so it can be incinerated.
Okay.
She does this every Taco Tuesday, so I say that to Black Mass.
For some reason, I don't believe you.
Yeah.
She's going to look at you two and go.
My.
Oh, right. Turns around.
I'm like going to look down at my like armored suit. Like I can't throw this in the incinerator.
No, but it can stay in the clean room.
My suit?
I believe you would be able to discern through your contact with Compass if there is a danger of it being contaminated.
Compass, is it possible for you to be contaminated? Do I need to fly us through like a quasar or something, or a...
Negative. However, the garments that you wear underneath the suit may be compromised.
Okay. Can you clean them from here, or should I pop out, throw those in the thing, and then put you back on?
The latter.
Okay. All right. So yeah. So I'll take off the.
So I'm sure we have like considering that we've worked out of the ship quite often. I'm sure we have some sort of clothing available.
You have towels.
Towels. Oh, okay. Well,
I mean, yeah, you don't wear a whole lot of clothing, but
I don't know.
Yeah. I mean,
I don't need to.
Yeah. So I retract the suit. I'll take my clothes off, throw it into the incinerator, and then back on.
I have my street clothes in my watch. Do you all have
I
that?
would give them to Shone for the sake of modesty for her. The rest of the
Shone
males.
Shone has a change of clothing in her outfit or in the quantum space.
Oh, she does. Okay.
She's just been afraid to use her quantum because what happened to Hyperion.
Fair.
What if the
Yeah.
There's another boot's gonna fall out.
Oh,
So she hasn't used her quantum.
That's a very good point.
Okay, yeah, Lightbringer will pull hers out and hand them to Ixion to give to Sean.
Okay.
Yeah. So the boys will stop blushing. She will put her clothes on.
I mean, I was in the military, so nudity's not a big deal. But I'm already back in my suit.
So Black Mass is going to need a towel.
Yeah, it's like he takes off his stuff, throws it in the incinerator, shoot, whatever. Like
He's gonna need a couple towels. He's a big guy.
yeah, you got maybe a bed sheet or a comforter or something. Maybe a tarp.
Got
really
a
big
duvet.
flag. I don't know anything.
Yeah.
You
Or we can find
could
something.
strip the sheet off of the bed in the med bay.
Make you a toga.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
well,
believe we can do something that way once we are out of this room. You'll have to deal with the towel for now.
Red Arsenal, do you want to
Yes.
go grab that?
Yeah, he'll go grab the sheet and
Sure.
hand it.
Okay. I'm gonna walk out
So
of
Red
the
Arsenal,
room.
why don't you give me an intuition check?
Intuition. Excellent.
Is this to detect how many abs Black Mass has?
Yes, actually it is. No.
Oh, sweet.
9,000.
Are they?
I
all
see
gray?
no abs. White feet.
White feet. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And-
so you get the
He's blinded
sheet.
by the abs.
The sheet essentially off of the bed that's in the med bay,
Mm-hmm.
and you come walking in and you hand it to you essentially hand it over to be handed to Black Mass, and when you see him, it's hard not to be impressed. I mean, he is 6'6". You see the image.
Mm-hmm.
He's a bulky person.
He's a big boy.
Yes.
Yeah, he'll just hand it to him.
And it's
like,
one of
"Here you
those
go."
just like, man,
Yeah.
some guys have
Sean
all
was
the
already
luck.
looking to see if the rumors were true about big bulky guys.
They have multiple abs, of course.
He's over there like this.
He's got a 10-pack.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
thankfully there's
That's
a little
not-
bit
yeah.
of there's a little bit of mood killing from the somberness and some laughing, even though it's a little uncomfortable because you guys weren't prepped for this. But 20 minutes later, after you guys are figuring this out and it's obvious nobody is actually dying, everybody gets a chance to breathe a sigh of relief because you made it
We
past
incinerate
it.
the body also.
Yeah. Well, you'd have to kick
I'm-
it out into space. You don't have
I'm
room
gonna-
to incinerate it.
I'm gonna radio Grandpa and say it seems that the test was successful. Thank you very much. I think we'll be returning to planet side
Okay.
shortly.
That is where we're going to stop it for the evening. You guys are at that point descending back onto planet Earth, and we'll be able to
I'd
to
like to
continue.
see
from
what happened to the Amazon.
So.
Did Helios ever get back to me about?
Well, you have to talk out loud. You can't just mentally do it. It's not a part of a crowd network.
Okay.
So, if you got any questions or whatnot, you can ask me directly in that Facebook chat, and I'll answer it. So,
Okay.
or as best I can, anyways. All right, so we have got RP votes to do. So we're going to start off with Davey.
Oh my goodness, what a jam-packed show. I think I'm gonna have to give it to George. Pulsar. That scene at the beginning with his parents.
Okay.
And then just and then him getting infected and the whole thing was just amazing.
Okay. Cool.
I legit
Brittany.
cried. You did that to me, Jerome.
I did. I will let Katrina know. Again.
Yeah.
Okay, Brittany.
Also, George
All right.
and his poor parents.
Yep. Dale.
Also, George, same reason.
Cool. Shelly.
You're muted, Shelly.
Mute. You're still
Hello?
muted.
Brittany.
There you go.
Okay.
I rolled it odd, so Brittany
Okay.
gets my vote.
Oh,
Derek.
You're
Thanks.
saying that Brittany's odd. George.
well, the shoe fits.
Okay, George.
I think I'm gonna give it to Derek because as soon as like he was like, oh yeah, we can't let this escape, I was like, we're both tragedy bros. Because I was immediately like, oh, I'm infected. Okay, I'm gonna fly into the sun. It's okay.
Alrighty. So George, you win the RP vote once again. Go ahead and replace your missing karma, 200.
I used all of it.
Well, now you got some more.
Thanks, guys. It was almost worth it to lose my parents.
All right, so those of you who are checking us out on the replay or sitting around watching us on Twitch, we will be back again this coming Wednesday at 7:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time for more of Survivor's Dawn, as we're going to find out just what else happens in that particular story arc and what happens to our erstwhile team of players. And then the next week after that will be Star Wars, Mythic Savannah, and this game again. So thank you guys all for hanging out with us, and I hope you guys have a good night. Good night.
No.